Got to add us.
Welcome, Internet, to the Play Some Video Games podcast. It's your boy, Dad Ninja Dev, joined as always by Donnie, Eat the Hype Reese, and Delvin Petty Pendergrass Cox. What's poppin', ladies and gentlemen? How are we this evening?
There we go. Oh, God. So the reason I forgot I was troubleshooting, I didn't think we were live everywhere for a moment. So I kept looking, opening tabs. And I'm like, what is going on? Something's not right. There seems to be a delay. Hopefully it'll snap in.
Sometimes you have a delay, but not for Delvin. Delvin, in fact, is ahead of the curve. How's it going, brother?
I'm doing good. You know what? I'm doing better than you. I'm doing better than all of you people at PSVG. Because all this week, you cocksuckers was talking a lot of fucking shit. Let me go to the tape of Mr. Lalande. I don't give a fuck what your last name is. I don't give a fuck what his last name is right now. You hockey puck motherfucker. Said, and I quote,
spicy.
Breaking news, Delvin finishes the game before spending $100 on another game. He won't even play. Fuck you, Court, because guess what? I bought another game, motherfucker, and I bought Tears of the Kingdom, which I have right now. Eat it.
He's on fire.
All right. Was that like a huge flex? We're all like that.
Yes,
that's what you hate him? You and like a million other people.
Well, guess what? Know who's not playing? A million other people in PSVG. Fuck you, Counterpug, just because.
Wow.
I'm playing it. I'm enjoying it. I don't even want it now. I got it just to be fucking petty. I didn't need to play it now. I got it because I got it because I knew y'all wanted to play it now. So just because y'all wanted to play it now, because I have money, because I'm rich, bitch, I said I'm gonna get it right now, just so I can play it for my motherfucking self. I didn't need it. I wasn't even anticipating this game, but you know what? Now I fucking am.
Well, there you have it.
And it's really good.
That was weird. That was really weird and kind of out of left field, but all right. We'll let you have it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Delvin said, fuck y'all.
Fuck
said, y'all gonna talk all this trash? Well, I'm playing a game that y'all want to play before y'all can play it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And enjoying it.
Good.
I'm glad. So I need the story of how you got it early. Did you go to the swap meet? Did you have your GameStop guy who's over here? You know, what do you
That's all on Reddit. There are people that order online. I think Target are just getting them early.
Oh, no, this is the easy story. My son called the store, the video game store that's not too far from me. I would not name because ain't no snitching out here. He like, yeah, I have Tears of the Kingdom. And he was like, yeah, you can buy it right now. And I was like, okay, I'll go buy it right now. And I went over there and I purchased it. And I came home and started playing it.
Okay.
And
how long have you been playing it for?
I am like an hour. Not even that long, probably.
Okay.
Intro's kind of long.
So you got it today. Okay.
Yeah, got it today.
So what, that's 2 days early?
Yeah.
Or like a day and some hours for us on the West Coast who get to play it at 9?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I don't think I'll even play it till Friday evening. Maybe not even Saturday morning.
You're that busy, huh?
I will say this.
Yeah. I got to go to work on Friday. I'll be downtown. I'm not going to take my Switch with me. And then it honestly just depends on how I'm feeling Friday afternoon. If I'm feeling like gaming, I will. If not, I'll do it Saturday. But sorry, I'm going to give you the mic back, Petty Pendergrass. But one of the things that I think I didn't like about playing Breath of the Wild the first time because we were podcasting and like I didn't rush it, but I really put like every waking hour I had into it to bring as much to the podcast as I could as fast as possible. I wouldn't rush it. Like I didn't golden path it. I still did a lot of stuff, but I mean, I played that thing religiously for like 4 weeks, like every waking hour. And the game is so long, you know, like my first playtime, I think it took me like 8 hours before I reached the end. And that's because I wanted all the shrines and all that stuff. And like, yeah, I just don't have that urge in me at all now to do that. Like, I'm like, it's going to be a very long game.
Just enjoy your time with it.
Yeah. Like I've cleared my calendar. Like I'm good for months out in advance. Like, so I'm just looking forward to
do y'all want to hear
getting some Zelda
any information about the game at all?
No, I don't know.
Not spoilers.
No. I also don't want anybody who listens to our
course.
show to like accuse or think of our outlet as like breaking embargoes or anything like that.
It's not breaking embargo stuff. It's just
okay.
Why? It's not like nobody's giving us anything. We're here for ourselves.
You know,
the 7.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
But no, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. All right. I'm already mad enough that you got a copy and didn't secure one for your boy. Like,
right.
You wouldn't have gotten the time. Unless you go fly to Miami.
Nah, I ain't flying. Come on now. I'm not flying to Miami. But still, you just got to be like, hey, Dev, they got him early.
Have you seen the women down here? It's a lot of fun in Miami.
I said I'm not flying to Miami. That's what I said. So I didn't say anything about fun.
I don't understand the court dig.
You didn't see the shit talking the court was doing?
You didn't see all the shit. A lot of shit
what
talking.
He read, did I just misunderstand it? What I heard was court making fun of Delvin for buying another game before finishing a game. And Delvin's slam is to do just that?
Yes, because I don't care.
Beat Star Wars. Okay. This doesn't seem like much of a slam. You just made him... You just proven court to be correct.
You proved him right. But it wasn't $100. It wasn't $100.
No.
It was less.
No.
But even still,
it's not the point.
It's the fact.
I proved them right by not caring. Because I do what I want.
But I missed that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't die on us, Donnie. Come on now. I know you're not here for a long time. But a good time.
I would feel really guilty if you died on the show that I'm talking shit.
Devin said I had enough.
So bad.
Y'all talking trash about me. I'm giving it all back. Big.
So the part that I missed was I didn't think you cared to begin with.
Yeah, he doesn't. We know he doesn't.
Obviously he does. He came in here hot microphone.
Yeah.
Oh, you're enjoying it?
Excited.
It's awesome.
It's great.
Good.
I don't want to spoil it, but everything so far that the first game didn't have that I didn't like. I
can't spoil it any more than Nintendo just spoiled it. How can you say that after an hour? That's an impossible thing for you to say.
Yes, it is. It's a very possible thing for me to say.
Okay. All right.
I'm
going to make you justify that. What were all of the things of the first game that you didn't like?
That it just dropped. Well, we had this conversation 100 times before. That it just drops you in this world and you kind of just run around. I don't want to say what happens.
Then don't say nothing. Just say that you appreciate the first hour of this one more than the first hour of the last one.
We'll see how long he plays it, and we'll see if he makes it. Yes, we'll see.
There you go.
We'll see.
That's a good answer.
Doubt. You, Pressing X to doubt. You know what?
Doubt.
You know what?
No.
Watch me.
Not.
See that?
Not gonna lie.
Me doubting you, Delvin.
The intro is fire. I'm not gonna lie. It's really good. It's like, holy shit, this is kind of awesome.
Awesome. The first one's awesome. Haley, you missed Delvin. You were just reminded. Go back. You can fast forward at some point later on. Just go back. Go back about 8 minutes. You're gonna want all that PSXP energy.
Except you. I love you, Haley. I'm not gonna curse you out. You had my back. You said don't abuse Delvin or whatever that was.
Do you think that's going to stop?
Really
you think this promo is going to stop?
It's not going to stop.
Do you think any of this is going to stop?
No, it's not.
We might just pile on more abuse.
Just raise the volume. That's all you've done. You've just turned up the heat.
Now I have to just go by every game early so I can just talk shit.
From now on, all the bumpers are going to be Kyle the Pug. All of them.
Ooh, good call. Multiple Kyle the Pug bumpers. Actually, that's the thing. We're going to have to watch multiple bumpers at once before we get to the questions. There'll be 3 Kyle the Pug bumpers from here on forward.
That's how we roll.
Kyle the Pug, you don't have the balls to do it. I'm calling you out. You're not going to do it. I don't have that.
What would he have to do? I don't understand.
More bumpers?
We don't even need more bumpers. We can just play the ones that he has. We have like a couple of them from him.
Play the same one over and over again.
Nah, that's just open over. That's whack. He has to create more.
He will. Yeah, you act like he won't.
This whole time going into Zelda, I haven't felt like that. I don't know. I feel like I'm just out of it. I may have just grown out of that time where I was like jonesing and urging and got to get there and midnight and all that. Like, I haven't
all the Zelda stuff you just bought.
I haven't felt that way. Yeah,
you just bought like Zelda.
You just bought like all the Zelda things.
I didn't say that like I didn't want to buy things. That wasn't what I said at all. I'm just not like in a giant rush. Like I'm not like I'm going to be up at midnight on Thursday to play it as soon as it goes. Absolutely not.
So you're excited for the merch, but not the game.
I'm super excited for the game. I'm telling you, is I no longer feel the need to prove my excitement for the game in those ways, is what I'm saying.
So
I would rather prove my excitement with the game with merch. And yeah, you can quote me on that 100%. Yep. I don't need to stay up all damn night and not get any sleep to play the game to prove to you that I'm excited about it. I'd much rather buy a t-shirt. Sleep in. Be happy. I'm good.
Yes,
See,
yes,
give me all the stuff. I'll play the game when I'm ready.
I get it.
I'll play the game when I'm ready.
Yeah.
I get it.
Old. That's it.
Yeah.
Just old. Just old Donnie.
You never think what's the last game I stayed up?
I want to sit down. I want to relax, put my feet up, and dive into Zelda. Not like out here trying to race the internet. Beautiful thing about Twitter. I ain't got to see what anybody thinks, ever.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
That's why I enjoy living on the West Coast. I don't have to stay up till midnight. I can just play things at 9 o'clock at a decent, respectable hour.
I'm living on the West Coast, Delvin.
There you go.
It's not
West
a bad
Coast
idea.
life. It's real chill.
It is
real chill. Yeah.
Tranquilo.
But enough about you and your nonsense, Delvin. What you been up to, Donnie?
Besides him breaking the law.
Yeah.
I hope Reggie comes. Breaks your kneecaps. What else? Is that all you've done? You've got nothing else, Delvin?
We don't care.
My life's miserable. I was it's not good.
Oh
We
God.
don't hear anything else from him. We don't care. He's cut
That's
off.
hilarious.
Pretty much accurate.
Okay, so I finished Redfall.
Yay.
I have notes.
Oh.
Did you
Not
like
really
it?
notes, but I
Do
wrote
we
down
want
a
to
couple.
start there? Do we want to get into all your?
It's not going to be super long.
Take it away.
It's not like notes. It's not super long. I wrote down a couple thoughts. Mainly this, and this is kind of for the news. Redfall is now in like the top 10 worst video games on Steam, rated by user reviews, and it's the worst game of the year, I think, on Metacritic so far. And again, I'm not here to try and prove you that it's not, and I'm not going to tell you that it's great. It's not good, but it's not that bad. It really isn't that bad. It's a bit weird that like people went so. I understand why. It's more disappointing than bad, I think, is what like that's how what you like. If you look at this data and try to pull something away from it, people feel disappointed, like emotionally, and they're letting their voice be heard because it's exclusive, because it's a Game Pass launch, because the Xbox first party game, like it carries that weight. I was thinking about this because like bad games come out all the time. And I was trying to think, I was like, what makes like the vitriol go to the next level with one game and not the others? Because as bad as Redfall is, I'd rather play it than the chant. The chant absolutely sucked. It was terrible. And it's got mediocre to good reviews on Steam. And that game sucks. It's terrible. It's just not very good at all.
It's not an Xbox exclusive. It's not, leading the brand. This is just some random one-off.
But wasn't I wish I had written down that other game. What was that other game? They just had a game that came out, Crossfire X.
Yeah.
Korean
I don't remember that.
China shooter that like Remedy made a mode for and all that. And that was exclusive.
Also, it wasn't exclusive, but it wasn't like leading the brand. It was like not a game anybody really cared about.
Way worse.
It was way worse, but nobody expected it to be good.
That's it. Or was that I was thinking what about like those off-brand Cartoon Network Nickelodeon kart racers and stuff that come out? They get one of those like every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nobody cares because it wasn't like this is the Bethesda.
Here's the crazy thing about
great game. It's going to be good. It's the new thing for Xbox.
Now, in that regard, I agree with it. This is not the game that Xbox marketed. It just isn't. Like, I'm honestly questioning how they made the trailers look as fun as they did because it's just not there. Like, that's not the game. So there's a bit of like a cloak and dagger, a bait and switch kind of thing going on here. It's like, this is not the game you guys showed. Like that vertical slice looks so much more like when people are like, it's Left 4 Dead and it's Far Cry. And like, even if you weren't into it, like per se, like if I think of Sean, even if you were somebody that's like, yeah, I'm just not digging what Redfall's showing, I still think those people would have been like, trailer looked good though. Right? It was a good trailer.
Like a fun game.
Yeah, it was a good trailer, even if you weren't into it. And that game, it just isn't there.
A lot of dynamic action.
That's
like
the
I'm
problem
playing
with
the
vertical
game and I'm like,
slices.
how did they make the trailer? Where is the footage they got the trailer from?
I want to know where's the game that everybody was so excited about when they played it behind closed doors.
Well,
Where's that game?
True. Where's the preview?
Let me ask you a question.
Please do.
Do you think that may have had something to do with people playing like 4 players up? Like, is it possible this game's a lot more fun when you play with everybody as opposed to just playing by yourself?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
The problems that Redfall has isn't solved by having companions. But since I finished the game, I want to say a few things. And this may be slight spoilery territory. I'm not going to get into the story or the lore. It's not that important.
I don't think people care at this point.
Yeah, I don't think people will care either. There is a part in the game right about the middle, maybe a little past the middle, where you go to a completely different map, like a whole different world to reconquer. Oh. Yeah. And which I did not, I was like, wow. Here's the thing though. Here's the thing about that area. It's way better than the first area. Again, not great, but there's more enemies. There's more things happening. There's more missions to do. There's more challenge. They throw way more enemies at you. There's boss fights. And some of these, I had to cheese a couple of these boss fights to get through because I was getting my ass kicked. I was like, in that regard, co-op might have helped a lot because I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, there's more lore in that second part of the game. And when I beat the game, I got the achievement and it says that I'm in 0.54% of the people that reach the end of the story. Less than 1%.
Wow.
And I will say this.
Wow.
For all the people that are like, this is the worst game ever made, 2, 3 out of 10 and stuff like that, I 100% don't think they've ever got to the second half of the game. Again, not saying that opinion is invalid, not saying you have to beat games to review them. I'm not saying that at all. But the second half of the game, had I been reviewing this game, would have made me think better about the game than the first hour. So if you played the first hour or two and you're like, this is the worst game ever, just know it does get better. Like it tangibly measurably, it gets better. Again, that first part of the game, though, does suck. But I feel like people make those. I've heard that 1,000 times over the years of listening to podcasts. So many RPGs, like it doesn't get good until you play it for 10 hours. Like there's 1,000 games just like that.
Forspoken.
This game isn't great, but when I finished the lore and it's kind of got like this, the story has like this metaphor for consumerism and like class warfare and stuff like that. And I was just like, you know what? It's not half bad. Yeah. Like when I finished, I was like, it wasn't too bad. It was, it's a bit repetitive. I don't think there's nearly enough guns, mission variety. There's not enough variety overall in this game to be kind of as long as it is, considering that it's not telling you a very detailed story. The story is kind of high level, kind of high beats. It's not like an Uncharted where they're giving you 15 hours of story. They're not doing
So does it feel like at one point this game was supposed to be something else and then they shifted it?
I definitely think this game was supposed to be a service game. I think it was supposed to be a service-y, free-to-play class co-op shooter. Maybe not even free-to-play, but that's what it feels like. It's like when you boot in and you're playing the opening section and everything, it feels right at home. If like you were do a battle pass, go clear out some houses, bring your friends along. Like that's what the game feels like. And then as the game progresses, you could start to see it's like there is a story here and it goes. I'm not sure if you saw any of my screenshots. Either of you see in my screen?
Of course, I always look at the screenshots.
Wildly different settings and places.
Yeah.
Like I was like, look at this. Like it's the second half of the game. If you had told me that Tango was trying to make a first-person shooter, the second half of the game, I would have believed you. It's way more horrific. It's way more like thriller, psychological horror, mind trippy. That second half of the game has got a lot of that. You're going to all these different places. You remember I told you like about the dollhouse? It's a lot of that. It's a lot of that. Whereas the first half of the game, I just had that one mission, which stood out to me. The second half of the game is like 30% that mission.
So basically, you got to get through the tutorial.
It's bizarre. It made me think. I would love for somebody to question, Harvey or the people there at Arcane Austin to get an idea, because it makes me wonder if the second half of the game, that second map, was originally like the first game. It makes me wonder if that's like, did they start working on it like this? Was it like, were they ever going to separate them off? Or did they have this and they thought they could do an extra one? Because I honestly feel like the game would be better. Just chop the first part of the game off. You just cut that off. You start on the second half. You put in more challenges and missions. It's a little smaller game, but I'm okay with that. People wouldn't be for $70. People would be very mad because that's what it feels like. It feels like the second half of the game is more like that Dishonored that people were expecting.
Right.
And the first half of the game is like padding it out to meet like a quota.
Right. So they were like, all right, we got this game. Okay, we need you to make it a looter shooter.
Kinda, yeah.
And they said, okay,
anyway,
we'll go ahead and Destinyify it a little bit. Because I've seen a couple of things where people are like, please stop trying to make Destiny regarding this game.
I don't feel the Destiny. I get it. I understand why they're trying to do that. It's not Destiny-ish to me. Maybe it is just like in general, like building blocks, but it doesn't have any of the content, like none. It's like a hard stretch for even Borderlands. Like this game doesn't even have that many guns.
That's crazy.
I think I saw like 12 guns in total.
Were there a bunch of variants of that same 12 guns?
You just get like more challenges. So like every gun has like a rarity level, but then every gun also has like some sort of buff. So it's like this, if you equip this gun, you reload 10% faster. But if you equip this gun, it does 5% more damage. And it's more like stuff like that.
Is it variants of the same gun?
Same gun.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same gun.
That's Borderlands.
Yeah, but Borderlands, I feel like I saw 12 guns in the first level.
Yeah, they were all the same gun with different perks.
But like this one, yeah. Borderlands, I understand the Borderlands more than Destiny. Yeah. Borderlands, I go, okay, that makes sense. Destiny, I feel like it's a bit much.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's Redfall. I finished it. I'm glad I did. I would say I liked it. You know, I would tell anybody out there, although I don't feel like it needs to be said, but maybe it does. Reviews are not the end all everything of the world. Just because something reviewed, even an aggregate that it's a 4, doesn't mean that you will think it's a 4. So play it for yourself. I can't tell you the amount of movies I've watched that people have told me were terrible that I love. Like it's just a part of it.
You got to make up your own mind. Like,
reviews have too much power in games.
They do.
Wait, like nowhere else.
They really do.
Does this happen? You know, like movies have bad movies coming all the time. People still go and watch them. The Mario movie. When I was playing Redfall, and Jack came by and he watched me play it, and he was like, "Hey, what is that?" Like it just caught his eye. And I was like, "This is Redfall. This is the new game that came out on Xbox." He's like, "You digging it?" And I was like, "It's okay. It's not very good." I was like, "But I'm enjoying it." I was like, "The internet hates it." I was like, "It's getting really bad reviews." And Jack said, "Yeah, everybody didn't like the Mario movie either, and it's awesome."
Fucking love the Mario movie. Mario movie was amazing.
You know, I was like really proud of him. I was like, look at my son there. Look at him. Look at him go. Make up your own damn mind.
Yeah.
The Fast and Furious movies are the perfect example of that.
Absolutely.
All of them get reviewed terribly, and everybody fucking loves them.
Half of them are really good. Half of them are, though, terrible.
It's like, it's so, I have no faith in critics. I don't need to hear anything from critics because you can't tell me what I'm using it.
I'm honestly okay with using it. I don't, but if you were like, you know, I just want to use it as a data point. I want to be well informed, a consumer before I lay my cash down. Like I'm good with that. But like, don't take to the internet and start aggregating reviews and be like, see, like this company is better than that company, or this game is trash. It's like, no, because, and the reason I say that isn't to defend Xbox. The reason I say that is if you look at anybody like that and you dig into what they're playing, chances are they've played and loved a game with that same score.
Yep. 1,000%.
What are we doing here? What's the point?
This is why I say
play the game and tell people why you like or you don't like the game. That's it.
Exactly. I don't need a score. Just this is what I like. This is what I didn't like. All right, cool. I don't need a score from you. I don't need any of that. Just tell me what you enjoyed about the game. That's all I need to know. That's why I'm good with the previews. Give me the previews. So this is what happens in the game. This is what they're thinking. All right, cool. I will make my decision from then. I don't need your review score. If the game looks like fun, I'm going to play it and find out for myself.
Having finished it, it's a shame that it's kind of in this unfinished state because I was kind of digging what they were trying to do. And I would have honestly, if this game had completed to its potential, I think I'd really like this game. I do.
Nice.
So from there, I started playing Prototype because I didn't want to play anything too much.
I cannot believe you went back and played Prototype.
Why? I never played it.
Fun game. Super fun.
It's just, God, it's so old.
I was looking for something to play, dabbling with little sports games and stuff. And I was like, I want to play something, but I don't want to get like too invested. And I remember I bought these games because Haley and Delvin told me it was like kind of like Infamous. And I was like, dude, I fucking love Infamous. Like I'm down for that. So I booted it up. Here's a funny thing, Dev. You said it's so old. I have to turn down the amount of cores my PC is utilizing to run the game, or the game crashes.
That is hilarious.
That was a fun 30 minutes diving into Reddit trying to figure out why the game wouldn't run. But yeah, it can't handle anything more than 8 cores, period.
That's insane.
So I had to go turn a lot of stuff down. But once I got into it, I'm shocked that I never played this game whenever it released. Too. I don't know when it released.
Yeah.
Is it a PlayStation 3 game?
It's a PS3 probably game,
why.
yeah.
That's probably
PS3.
why.
It's PS3.
It's on Xbox.
Early PS3, I think.
Yeah, I had an Xbox.
Yes,
I never heard of it. I never played it. And had I, this might be one of my favorite games. This might have been back in that time. You put Donnie back in what a year? I'm gonna guess 2008. And you give him this game, but this would be like before I played Infamous.
2012.
Prototype 2
later. Came out in 2012.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I said it wasn't an early PS. It wasn't an early PS. And I
played Infamous and walked into a game.
Played 1 or 2
and was like, I love Infamous, and they were like, hey, try this game out. I may have found like one of my favorite games because this game
I can't believe you didn't play it.
It's so good.
I cannot believe it.
Prototype 1 was 2009.
Yep.
I'm playing Prototype 1. I'm probably not going to finish it, but we'll play Prototype 2 whenever, like another day, after Tears of the Kingdom. But dude, I'm like I'm elbow dropping fucking tank. It's like the ultimate superhero game. Honestly, you could recast the character as Hulk, and it's a serious Hulk game. I'm just running through the city, leaping across rooftops, chucking cars at helicopters and shit. Like this is insane.
I forgot that this Infamous came out the same year. 2009.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I'm shocked that you never played it. I cannot believe that.
They were like months apart, if I remember correctly. But yeah,
the world is really populated for a game that old. Yeah, there's lots of people walking on there. There's lots of cars. Like, it's a lively little city for a game that old.
I mean, Infamous was the same way. Infamous was pretty populated too.
This feels more dense than Infamous.
If I remember correctly, the game has a morality system, right? Or something like that.
That I haven't. If it does, I haven't seen anything like that. It's a bit button mashy, but I like that. It's more button mashy than Infamous, and I like that. And I feel like I get a little bit more control over the combat, and I like you can pick up weapons, pick up rocket launchers and using them, picking up guns. Like, it's a cool game.
It's a Donnie game for.
It's an Activision game. Fun. I saw a DC logo on a billboard somewhere. I'm surprised this isn't a franchise. I'm surprised this isn't a thing.
They're still trying to make Prototype 3.
Okay. So, who makes it?
Who makes it now? I mean, wasn't it? Let's see here. It says Radical Entertainment, published by Activision, was Prototype 2.
Okay. Yeah, it's really cool. I'm digging it. I'm digging it a lot. I'm glad I figured out how to make it run. I figured I'd play a little bit. It is definitely old. It's got that old where you just like run across like 10 rooftops to get to your next mission. That's probably why I'll stop playing it. I'm hoping just Prototype 2 maybe get a little bit better because so far in Prototype 1, I basically have like a mission. Like, there's a side activity I can go do if I want, but I'm basically running across the town to the mission. I would like to be given a world with lots of missions, so I could just choose which direction to go in. Anybody know if 2 does that?
I still have.
I was asking.
Mine is in wrapping. I've never played it.
I'm trying to remember. I haven't played 2 in so long.
Okay, it doesn't. I'll find it one day. I can't see how open it is. I mean, it's open. It's an open world. You can just go run around, jump off.
Straight up open world.
You can go. Yeah, it's like GTA 3.
Yep.
But there's no driving.
That style of game.
Run around. But yeah, it's like GTA 3.
Open world sandbox PS3 era game.
Yeah, but superhero. It's awesome. It's pretty cool. And you get like Wolverine hands. Like, it is all. It's like they sat down with a box of comic books and they're like, let's put everything in here. Let's do everything in this one game.
Do you know the story of the sequel?
I don't know anything about this series or franchise at all.
I can't wait till you play the sequel.
Okay.
Because you play as a different character, and I don't want to spoil that for you, but yeah, it's fun.
I don't even know the characters. I don't even know if I would notice or care. Excuse me, I need to take a drink.
Oh, you would notice.
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty point. It's
Okay,
it's pretty
I don't even know that. I don't even know the
It's on point.
I don't even know the character that I'm playing with now. Like I don't know him. Like I'm not paying that much attention.
He's prototype.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm like, this is this dude. You know, he's got the Spider-Man thing going on. He's a fucking villain, or he's a super mutant, whatever. Like, let's go blow stuff up. I always hear more for the elbow dropping tanks and shit. I was losing I was like, this is awesome. Why do y'all tell me I can do this? The game industry has let me down.
Yeah.
Where was I?
I was surprised you missed that game. Yeah.
You said 2012,
yeah, I'm
and
shocked.
You know, 2012 is probably that time right there when I got started, like fully going back to school, and that's probably why.
Okay.
That period of me going to school, which was 2012 to 2015. I graduated in 2015. That period of me going to school was the time where I was only playing a handful of games a year. So I wasn't deep into every release that was coming out and all the reviews. I basically was like, what's game of the year? And I played like those 4 games, you know, like I wasn't playing a lot.
I remember when those games came out because I bought Infamous and Prototype. I was excited for both of them. And I thought Infamous had the better story, but Prototype was the more fun game to play.
Okay. That makes sense.
Like,
no, I think that's probably true. Game, yeah. So, anyway, the last thing that I'm messing around with is called the Anbernic RG35XX. It's a hell of a lot to say. I've been posting about it in the Discord all day today. It's a mini Game Boy.
It's more than just a Game Boy. It's a mini handheld everything.
The link is in the Portable Pros chat, Delvin, if you just want the link right to the Amazon page.
Can you buy it from anybody other than Amazon? Because I was seeing
you can buy it on
$55
and stuff. Yeah, you can buy it on AliExpress and stuff. Amazon just got it to me today. It was like next day. I was like, I'll just get it off Amazon. Also with Amazon, like if I hated it, I could just send it back. That's another good part of it. So I was like back out of it. Ever since I
didn't get Atomic Purple,
ever since I got rid of my G Cloud, I've been just dabbling. Really, as I get into the Ally and stuff, I've been dabbling, looking at like reviews for these little EMU machines. There's a bunch of them out there, right? There's 1,000 emulator machines. Garrett's been on this thing for years, right? And I can't see says the MiU Mini. I was looking at the MiU Mini or this, and I decided on this. But on my G Cloud, I had all my ROMs set up. It was a nice little ROM machine. Didn't play the ROMs like as well as I would have wanted to. It needed a little bit more juice. But I've been looking around at getting something like a little handheld that I could just have ROMs on and not really bother my Ally a whole lot with that sort of thing, right? And I settled on this one. I won't make a long, thing of it or not. The reason I settled on this one, and the reason I think people would like it, and the reason I said I predict Delvin will buy one, is it comes preloaded. It's legit dope. It's plug and play, man. You get it out of the box, you turn on, and there's like 1,000 games on it you can play right there. It comes with a separate SD card slot for you to put your own games on it. So you can put your SD card in it. It puts all the folders and a directory in it the way that it needs it. Then you put it in your computer and you just put the ROMs in the folder. So it's like super easy to put games on.
It's Delvin proof.
It is. It's Donnie proof. Like I don't want to mess with getting all the things and
but you
go
can.
into all the
You understand how it works.
I don't want to. Right? They did it for me. It plays everything up to PS1. And I think most everything is here with one exception. There's no Mario on the console at all. But there's like, and it's a little weird because there's Donkey Kong, there's Kirby, there's like everybody else is here, but there's not one single Mario game on it. So I want to put All Stars on it. But the Zelda games are here. The PS1 games are here. I'm playing more like Neo Geo, Game Boy, GBA. I found a game today that I've never played before called Dragon Ball Z Goku's Legacy. And that game is amazing. It is everything I think I've ever wanted. It's like this Link to the Past Dragon Ball Z game. Little Dragon Ball Z RPG, maybe more like Chrono Trigger or something. It's hilarious. I was playing as Gohan. He has a dream where Frieza shows up, and Frieza comes down. He's like, "Frieza, where's my dad?" And Frieza's response is, "Your dad's a loser." I was like, "I am here for this game."
That is big Frieza energy for real.
Your dad's a loser.
Not wrong.
But then tragedy struck. I got through the tutorial and everything, and I went to go to the second world, which, by the way, I didn't know games like this exist on the GBA, or maybe I would have had one. When you go to the hub world to go to like different levels, it's like a world that you fly in. So instead of having like the map that you go to the dot, like you're up in the sky and you fly to the dot. So it makes it feel very Dragon Ball Z. Anyway.
That's cool.
I didn't know those games existed either. And I had
when I loaded the second game, the second level, it said your system can't run this, like your game, this game isn't compatible with your system. Apparently, back in whenever this game came out, they coded it with like built-in DRM because I guess piracy was an issue. So you can't run this. So I have to, this is just according to Reddit. Maybe Garrett can help me. I got to figure it out. I got to either find a ROM that has this patched out of it, or I got to find, there's like, I saw people on Reddit saying if you have a certain like save file system, it works, but this doesn't have that. This is just the save. Like I can't do different file types and stuff like that. It's amazing. But I want to play more of it. Like I got to get the game back on this little handheld because I was having a blast. Like it was fantastic. It was great. Ryan says there's multiple. I was playing Legacy of Goku 2, for example, specifically. So, yeah, I'm digging it. It's got a really, I can't show, I mean, the camera sucks, but it's got a very,
looks really great.
It's got a very basic OS. Great. It's not very hard to navigate. It's very easy. Delvin, you click on it, you open games, it gives you a list of every console. You can dive through them. You favorite them by pressing the start button, and there's a folder for all your favorites. If you don't want to do that, there's a search bar, and it'll search across your entire ROM directory. So if you're like, I'm feeling like WWE, just go type WWE and your WWE games.
See, that follows the great KISS model. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah. It's exactly the kind, like the thing that I would want. This is exactly like what I would want. Would be something like this, right? It's little, it's easy to hand. It feels great. It's got triggers. You can play PS1 games on it. The screen is super bright. It's very vibrant. I don't know how big it is, Daniel.
3.5 inches.
Yeah, I was about to say 3 inches, something like that.
That's 3.5. I looked it up. 3.5.
It's easy to hold. Yeah, man. I bought, and to be clear, I bought a lot of it for Jack. I thought Jack would love something like this because of his Pokemon addiction. It came with like 5 pages of Pokemon games. There's like 25. Wow. There's Pokemon games galore.
So many damn Pokemon.
If you've got a Pokemon fan in your life, you owe it. It was $80. Are you kidding me? For them doing the ROMs on your behalf, it's worth $80 alone. I didn't pay $80 for it though. I had a gift card that I got. So I ended up costing me like $11. I was basically looking for something to like blow the gift card on. I was like, what am I going to get? I was going to either get some car wash stuff and I was like, no, I want to get one of these. And I don't regret it a little bit. Like, this is pretty cool. This is pretty awesome. So if you're out there,
you can get it for cheaper than 80. I mean, cheaper than 80. I mean, it's on sale for 55. If you don't want to buy it from Amazon, you can get it for cheaper than 80.
Sure. I looked on eBay. They were about 100, and then AliExpress I think was like 60. But the price goes up on AliExpress based on shipping and the storage. I think the 128 storage with the shipping, I think it's like 90. If you
and they have Atomic Purple. Okay,
you have
Atomic Purple.
I didn't want it. I didn't like the. I don't know. It's just the button. I just wasn't in the mood. I don't know. I just wanted like the retro look. I never had a Game Boy, so I was digging like the Game Boy.
I mean, I had a Game Boy, and
I was playing Spider-Man. Spider-Man's so good. Game Boy Spider-Man.
Game Boy Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks so crisp.
It's in the Portable Pros Discord channel. Stingray.
Portable Pros.
You need to find it. Portable Pros Discord channel.
Yep. I feel like I talked for a long time. Did I?
You
didn't mean to.
You did, but it's fine. That's what you did.
No,
it's okay.
Oh, tell us more about Tears of the Kingdom.
You do more than we do, so I live a boring life, so I got nothing.
I forgot to bring up something. I have to give props to my son. My son's a great kid. He figured out how to hack his 2DS.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So he decided to hack
easy money.
Everybody's 2DS.
Good job, Delvin Jr. This is the proudest I've ever been of you.
So now when I turn on my 2DS and open the clamshell,
yep,
it plays Nas, and I have like a Nas background and stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
And he's put like a whole He's put like a whole bunch of games. It's so awesome. Like,
Yep.
it's super cool. It plays my favorite Nas song, and
What is your
every
favorite
game I
Nas
want to play
song?
on it. The intro to Stillmatic.
Okay.
One of my favorite
Okay.
Nas songs.
Okay.
That Stillmatic album's dope.
Two
Yeah, it
crimes.
is.
But yeah, he has everything on there. He's put a whole bunch of games. I haven't even gone through all the games he put on there for me. Like,
Oh, you're
He's
not
like
gonna
put
play half that shit.
oh yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on
No,
there.
you're not. No, you're not.
We put like 300 games on my 3DS, and there's so many games that when I boot it up, it takes about like 4 minutes for it to like load. Like
Yeah,
you got to like turn it
I
on.
think
It's like leave it alone for a minute because it's got to load every tile on that damn home screen.
Yeah, here's getting like that. But he put a good amount of mine. I'm super excited. He put a bunch of Kirby games on there for me, like
Great to
a lot
recollect.
of NES games that I like.
So did
I'm
you play
excited.
any of that stuff on 3DS, or you just didn't play the 3DS?
I played the 3DS, but I didn't play any of that type of stuff. And I played like
Kirby Planet Robobot. That should be the first game you play.
I think he was getting me that one because I remember him talking about that. That's
Game
one of the
is
games he wanted to get.
Fucking rad. One of my favorite Kirby games, man. I love Kirby Planet Robobot. It's so good.
He's been trying to buy a cartridge version of that, but like I guess it's like rare, and
No idea.
there's like 2 versions of it. It's like expensive, yeah. So I guess this
Mario
another
Golf
one
is
for kids.
excellent. I mean, there's so many great games. I don't know what you did play and what you didn't play, but there's a bajillion. 3DS was an amazing system.
Well, Devin's listening to this, so anything you say, he's probably going to either download it for me on it or he's going to put it on there.
Shovel
Tell me
Knight.
Dad
I
played
played
this.
Shovel Knight on
I forgot
3DS.
Shovel
I
Knight's on
think
there.
it's
Yeah.
it's
It's
yeah.
on
I think it's
3DS?
yeah. It's
Didn't know that.
I think it was exclusive to 3DS for a while before it came everywhere else.
Really?
Yeah.
The
think
first
so.
time I played it was at PSX.
I
When
feel
it wasn't
like-
even released for PlayStation.
Maybe I missed it, but I feel like my memory thinks that we got Shovel Knight on 3DS and Wii U before everyone else. But maybe that's just because I remember they had like some cross play and some cross stuff. I thought it came there first. I know that I played
I
it.
think it
I
did.
played it 3DS first time through. Fire Emblem Awakening, A Link Between Worlds. These are easy ones that you've got to do. Ocarina 3D, you got to do that. Fire Emblem,
He got that one.
Fates, and all the Fire Emblems, all the Pokemons, Animal Crossing. I don't like Mario Kart 7. I never really have. I know people think it's, and I was like, it's okay. It's just Mario Kart.
Okay. It came to 3DS Wii U in June of 2014, and then everywhere else in September.
There you go.
That was Shovel
There you
Knight.
go.
See? Remember my old noggin there.
I just remember playing it at PSX. It was awesome.
Samus Returns. Gotta get it. Oh,
Yeah, I
it's
think he
so
got that
good.
one. He got me
And I'm not a
Metal
Metroid
Gear
guy.
Solid 3
And like,
Snake
so
Eater.
you know, like that should mean something when I'm like, it's so good.
Yeah.
That was the last Metroid
Samus
game I
Return-
beat.
Samus Returns was so damn hard on the original Game Boy.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't find it
was
hard at all.
difficult. On the original
There is a
Game Boy,
game.
it was difficult.
I'll give you a couple. Delvin Jr., listen up, because these are a couple like outside the box picks that you're not going to see on a lot of lists out there. Box Boy, one of my favorite little games. You can get it on Switch too, but get Box Boy games.
Didn't they
There is a
remake that or something like that?
They're like the Switch is like a collection and like an edition. It's like an amalgamation of all the
Okay.
stuff they did. There's a game on 3DS. The 3DS did not have a lot of shooters. So if you like shooters like I do, like at the time, I was always looking for anything. And I came across a very obscure, lesser known game called Ironfall, I believe is what it's called. And it's basically like Gears, but on a 3DS. So if you can wrap your brain around like that, that's kind of what
That
it
kinda
is.
sounds awesome.
It is kind of awesome. You basically just shoot up a bunch of drones and stuff. So like, don't get wild in your head and think it's going to be amazing. It's not amazing, but but it is good. If you're looking for a shooter, there's something you're going to carry in your pocket. Maybe you want to pull up and do a little shoot stuff. Like you can do that. That's really good. Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix or Fever Mix or whatever they called it. SteamWorld Dig games, all of that stuff. These are great games. 3DS is amazing. Chat, post yours in there as we go through, because definitely get them all. I wish I had my 3DS. I'd open it up and go through all of it with you, but I haven't looked at it in a long time.
We didn't get time for that.
I don't. I barely have time for this old ass Dragon Ball Z game I'm going to play, but I'm telling you, I'm going to play it. I wish I had known about this long. Like they need to port these. How are these games just like lost to the past? Like this is one When I was
Probably
younger,
because the developer doesn't exist anymore.
when I was younger and I was coming home at 2:30 in the afternoon, or 3 o'clock, or however I got home, and I walked from the bus down to my aunt's trailer, and I came in and I sat down and made a snack, and I turned on Cartoon Network and I played and watched Dragon Ball Z. This is the game that I always wanted back then. But like we always got Dragon Ball Z, like the little fighter games, yeah, Tenkaichi, and like this was the game, like a world building adventure game. Fucking A. I was like, where is this?
You just didn't know about it.
I had no clue, not even a little bit. And yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I never heard about them until today. All new to me.
They should
definitely remake these.
There was just a lot of them I couldn't play. I had a modded PS2 back in the day.
Do that 2D HD
just for Game Boy Advance games. So
yeah, GBA. Yeah. Oh, I did boot up Minish Cap for a little bit. Play about 10 minutes. I've never played Minish Cap. Like really, I actually think I will on this device. It feels right at home on this little thing. So I'll try that too. It's a great little device. If anybody out there, you spend $80, save yourself some money. I honestly, the convenience alone. I was in when they were like, it just comes with games. It's like awesome. More folks should do this.
Yeah,
probably. I mean, it's highly illegal, I'm sure, but still, do it anyway.
Yeah. Got to catch it first.
Got to do crimes.
Yeah, it's worth it for Pokemon alone. Metal Gear. Play Metal Gear on it. I didn't know there was a Metal Gear Game Boy Color or GBA game or whatever.
Yeah, Ghost Babel.
No, it's a Metal Gear Solid, is what it says.
Oh,
it's not. I mean, it's like its own thing.
It's a few of them. There's Ghost Babel, there's Metal Gear Solid, and I think it's another one.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I posted the picture of the title screen, but in my thing it just says. I'm sure. I think it just says Metal Gear.
Well, looks like it's called Ghost Babel. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that anywhere.
Metal Gear Solid, released in Japan as Metal Gear Ghost Babel, is a 2000 action-adventure stealth game developed and published by Konami for the Game Boy Color.
Nice. It looks great. There you go.
It looks like Metal Gear. It looks like Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. That's what it looks like.
I think that's pretty much what it is.
Anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna play that too. But Jack's been playing it.
There's a Resident Evil game too, I think, on Game Boy.
I'm sure he'll keep playing it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying your little cute little device there with all your little old ass games. Glad it's keeping you ready.
And it's not all perfect. I had a couple of the wrestling games that just crashed when you tried to load them.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have that. You're gonna have that with emulators. There's gonna be some shit that just doesn't work.
Yeah, and a couple golf games are just like in Japanese. I just kept clicking shit until I got forward.
Sometimes you gotta do that.
Yeah.
I'm still playing Star Wars. That's all I've been doing. I haven't had time for much. Life is busy. This is the busy season for us. We got birthdays. We have Mother's Day. Then we have to deal with anniversaries and more birthdays. So I'm just busy and I'm tired as hell. But I am loving Star Wars Survivor. It is just everything. Awesome. It is incredible. I'm having such a good time. The story is really good. I feel like I'm about to hit a story beat that is probably going to change everything. But
that's awesome.
I'm just digging everything.
Remember, like 2 weeks ago, you were like, "Oh, I don't play anything." And
yeah, because this is all I wanted to play.
This is great. This is great to hear. Could you imagine if this was Redfall? You'd be so down.
Yeah.
Right. At least it's not Redfall.
I'm very happy, and it runs great on my system. So I'm just glad that whatever the hell the issues were with it, it didn't affect me because I've been playing it in glorious 4K 60 frames without any issues whatsoever. No problems.
Internet's burning down. Like it's all terrible. You're just sitting there, just having a good time.
Pretty much.
That's all that matters at the end of the day.
Ain't
How does this affect me?
Yeah. It's like, I ain't got no problems. I'm enjoying this, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all of you idiots with 4090s. You pay too much money for graphics cards that don't work, apparently. So my 3080 is doing the Lord's work.
It's a good build
here.
It's a good build. See, we share similar builds. Good build.
Yeah, got that.
Every time something new comes out and people are like, "Hey, do you want to play?" I'm like, I haven't seen a reason. I have very little reason to like this thing is doing everything I kind of needed to do. So until further notice, we're good. Yeah,
we're good to go here. We're chilling. 4K 60, no issues. It's beautiful, and that's with having the extra screen doing other stuff. So I got no complaints. No complaints. The game is beautiful. It runs great. The combat is great. The story is great. The characters are great. It's everything that I've needed. I have been on a serious like Star Wars kick, just loving living in that world right now. Finished all the bad stuff. Just on a serious Star Wars kick, just trying to get away, I guess. Been
awesome.
reading the book 2 that everybody said was terrible, but I'm thoroughly enjoying. So fuck all y'all. Care what you think. I'm enjoying it. Y'all can kick rocks.
Some podcast energy tonight.
Yeah, basically.
Fuck the world.
So I'm having a blast.
Awesome.
And I cannot wait to get back to it. I guess there was another patch today or this week.
I'm not even going to make fun of Star Wars.
Yeah,
I'm so
I
happy
appreciate
for you.
that. I appreciate that. And I'm glad for you and your little handheld. It actually looks really cool. If I were to get any kind of handheld, it would be something like that because of all the stuff that it can play.
I'm happy for Delvin playing Zelda. Anytime we get Delvin playing Zelda is a good thing.
Yeah, I'm even excited. It always had my curiosity, but the fact that they are going to have actual like Zelda traditional dungeons.
What a wild thing for them to say.
Now
This whole time they haven't done anything or anything. Game comes out in 48 hours. They're like, oh yeah, and by the way, huge dungeons. We're like, what
Dungeons
the fuck,
again.
guy?
I'm like, oh
Yeah.
oh, now I have to pay this attention. So I may end up picking it up. My son has been playing Breath of the Wild. And has been actually enjoying it. Like he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. I'm like, I can't help you. I can't help you with this at all. So he's just been running around, not knowing what he's doing. I'm not giving him that. No,
Jack has learned so much about Breath of the Wild from YouTube.
Yeah, we're not doing that. We are going 80s kid. There's no internet. There's no video you can watch on it. You need to just play it and figure it out. End of story. Okay. All right. I'm not giving you no tutorials. I'm not helping you. No, absolutely not.
Just show him some cool things just to like get his brain wired to think the way Breath of the Wild will let you think.
No, I want him to just figure it out however his little brain wants to figure it out himself. We are not the help me generation, all right? My dad didn't help me with video games. I had no internet.
So you're going to punish him the exact same way you
1000%. 1000%.
What happened to being better than before? You got to break the cycle.
Punishment. That's not punishment. That encourages creativity. You got to figure it out.
YouTube when I was around, so you're not going to have it either. It's like
absolutely not.
That doesn't make any sense.
Look. We have the Dewey Decimal System. If you can't figure that shit out, you don't deserve the internet. All right.
Wow. All right. Fair enough.
You got to use this. Use this. All right. He's been playing Mega Man.
That's on your side.
Mega Man of all things. He decided to pick up Mega Man, and it is hard as hell. And he's like,
speaking of this game,
really hard.
Comes with like 80 Mega Man games on it. I got to delete those.
I showed him the box art for the original Mega Man 1 and Mega Man 2, like the American version. He was like, that is so bad, Dad. Why does it look like that? He was so confused.
Fat Mega Man is the boss.
Yeah, it's so bad. And because on the Legacy Collection, it has like the Japanese art. So he sees that. And I'm like, you want to see what it looked like when I picked it up? He's like, oh, no. But he gets his ass kicked on the very first frame. Like he can't even really get to the next frame before he dies. And he's just like, he just keeps playing. And now he's making up stories and comics about Mega Man. So I'm letting him keep playing that and keep enjoying it. And that's what the Tyus household is doing. It's been fun. It's been fun.
Good week, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Very solid.
Yeah, so enough about us. Donnie, give me a Kyle the Pug intro into the news.
Sorry.
God damn it.
Oh,
the news.
Why did you have to bring your little video game everywhere you go? You can't leave home without that?
It's not a little video game. It's called a Switch. Okay.
Yeah, and you're 50.
48.
How many 50-year-olds do you know have a Nintendo Switch?
I don't know any.
You don't know any?
No, I don't know
You've got to be the only one.
Yeah.
Let's see the statistics on that. How many 50-year-olds in the United States have a Nintendo Switch?
There's no way there's a statistic on that. It'll just say populate. It'll go to my...
6.
You're 50. How far are we from doing that with you, Delvin? You're 50. How many more?
What, 7 years?
How many 3DSs you have?
7 years.
7 years.
Is our generation going to be like the old generations playing games?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think
I always
as
thought
time goes on, it'll be.
at some point, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No,
I
never
will say
expected
this.
to
I
get
remember
out of it.
there was a time when people used to look at older guys who like collecting comic books like weird. Now that's like commonplace. So I'm assuming that as time goes on, people just look at video games like, oh, that guy just plays video games. My granddad has his video game collection down there. It's just gonna be a normal thing.
1000%.
Cool. Well, we have to talk about. Honestly, I wasn't going to. I was going to say that it happened and move on. But we got questions about this interview that Phil Spencer did.
It's because they know that you are the man to talk to about these things. You were the leader of the Xbox empire.
So we're going to talk about the Phil Spencer interview with Kinda Funny. I wrote down just some highlights. I did not listen to the whole thing. I don't do Kinda Funny anymore. But there's plenty of blogs and stuff out there and lots of talking points and headlines. This was all the rage for what, like 48 hours? Maybe
More
longer.
than that.
Like this is this
is
is
big news. Yeah.
Still.
This is big news. So this is why we got to talk about it. So let's get the first one out of the way. He talked about Redfall. He said there's nothing more difficult for him than disappointing the Xbox community and just watch the community lose confidence, be disappointed. He said, I'm disappointed and I'm upset with myself. Phil Spencer. He said the team at Arcane is listening to feedback and they are working on the 60 FPS. But then he went on and added to it. He said, we're committing to getting that done and we're going to continue to work the game. I think we're going to continue to work the game. We've shown a commitment to games like Sea of Thieves and Grounded to continue to build. So you think they're going to fix it?
I mean, define fix. You know, if we're just getting a 60 FPS mode, sure. But isn't there also like some DLC they need to work on?
I'm thinking like when he says we're going to continue to work the game and mention Sea of Thieves and Grounded, I'm thinking
long term, right?
Long term fixing it.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like nobody wants them to do that. Like there's not a lot of people out there like me that are like, there's potential here. Most people are like, just kill it and move on. So I'm really wondering, I'm just interested in seeing they actually going to try and resurrect Redfall.
That's a good
My
question.
question is define fix.
I think
Like,
I said that.
Reach the game's potential.
Yeah.
Fix the AI. Get the game running well. Like, you know,
there's a lot that can still be done.
What Saints Row is just done. Like pull it together. You know, like No Man's Sky. Like pull it together and get it going.
Get a good DLC and remarket it and bring it back out. Get a game
out that resembles the pitch that you were selling people before release.
Would that be enough?
Oh, I don't think anything would be enough. There's nothing you can do to Redfall to be quote unquote like a game show stealer like enough.
Yeah.
Could it be grounded? Yeah,
maybe.
I think so.
I think that it's not even so much that it needs to be enough, but it can gain some goodwill.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best thing it can do. Like, you're never going to salvage what Redfall happened.
And come back 9 months from now and being like, here's a giant update that fixes all these issues. Like, could that get people, I don't want to say excited, interested in pressing play and trying it? Or do they push the 60 and we never hear about it again? That's what I'm wondering. I'm not worried. I honestly don't care either way. I see positives to both sides.
Right. I mean, you got to think about it this way. It's a game that's going to probably live in perpetuity in Game Pass. So by fixing it, it's always something that somebody can go back to and have a renaissance era. Like, oh my God, this game is actually really good. See what they've done. Somebody puts that into an article and now you have a bunch of people that are playing the game again. When a game like that exists in perpetuity, you're always going to have somebody who's picking up Game Pass for the first time and can have a brand new experience with this game.
I agree.
I think Deb kind of asked my question with that because when you say like fix it, the first thing that came to my mind was games like Cyberpunk and No Man's Sky, where fixing those games benefited those games because those games had a long shelf life on them to begin with. I don't know if Redfall has that in terms of, like you said, you just finished the game. I guess it has a lot of replayability.
Steam is down. Steam has all but abandoned Redfall. Like the player count dropped from the thousands to like a couple hundred. On Xbox, though, I think Redfall cracked the top 10 most played, but I would expect it to fall out quickly.
It'll fall out, but again, the fact that it lives on, who cares about Steam?
I think you make a really good point, Dev, in the sense that we've seen games get new leases on life Even without being fixed, we've just seen obscure games that came out and didn't do much, and suddenly the right TikTok or the right Twitch person or somebody gets it going and they play it, and all of a sudden it becomes the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Redfall is going to do that, but I could see it.
Yeah.
Like if they patched it and fixed it and all of a sudden Ninja likes Redfall or 30,000 people playing Redfall, probably.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of Game Pass. Like the fact that you've always got this Trojan horse in all of these different games that at any point in time, somebody can start playing and it becomes viral. And then you have everybody who has Game Pass that can keep playing this game.
Yeah. I Can't See says, do you think early access should be the way for gaming going forward? You mentioned Grounded. So I thought I'd ask. I think this game feels like it's in early access. They should have released it and said it's in early access. But then people would have got mad that it's in the state. Like people are going to be mad anyway. This game is just
so here's the funny thing about that. I don't think that's a bad idea to have early access for Game Pass. Why not? Because it's not like you're paying $70 for the game. You're paying a monthly subscription.
No, I'm with you.
You get early access.
I don't think it's a bad idea at all. They've done it several times with games. I don't think that's what people want from first party. And again, people want the review. Dude, Phil wants a review. He talked about, I don't even know. I'll keep reading the notes I wrote. I don't even know if I wrote it down. But one of his little snippets was that like they thought it was going to review like, I guess in the high 70s or 80s, and that they were off the mark by a large margin. So like they want the reviews. Xbox wants the reviews. Xbox fans want the reviews. Like I told you, or I didn't tell you, we all know review culture is so powerful with games. So much lives and dies on what this Metacritic is and a game of the year. And it's so important to the gaming community that I don't think you just start releasing a bunch of stuff in early access all the time. I don't think that helps that narrative. I think it hurts that narrative.
I think it hurts it, especially with Xbox. I feel like the reviews when it comes to PlayStation and Nintendo, I don't feel like the reviews matter anywhere near as much as they do for Xbox.
Because
it's
they're craving.
So weird.
Because there's like a Cleveland mentality. There's a like a virtuous, like a defeated mentality where they so badly want that. I told you, I've been saying this for a long time, and I'm just keep saying it because I feel like I'm on the right side of history on this. That's what Halo did. That's why Halo's reviews are as good as they are. That's why it's not remembered that good. They want it so bad. Like I only want them to have it for anything else to put it to rest. But like that Twitter echo chamber, like that voice, whatever we're going to call it, they want it so bad that like if Starfield is half good, they'll try to will it there. They will try to put it there if given the chance because they just want it so bad. Yeah. Whereas I'm totally fine with them not having it. And we can talk about that here in a minute. Okay, here's a really good one. I'm going to read a couple quotes. They're out of order with how he said them and everything, but I think everybody by now probably knows the context. We're not in the business, again, Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, talking. We're not in the business of out-consoling Sony or out-consoling Nintendo. There isn't really a great solution or win for us. The truth of the matter is, when you're third place in the console marketplace and the top two players are as strong as they are, and have in certain cases very discreet focus on doing deals and other things that kind of make being Xbox hard for us, that's on us, not on anybody else. And then this is the one that everybody really liked. I see it out there. I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true. That if we go off and build great games, suddenly you're going to see console share shift in some dramatic way. So obviously I was on podcast that day before, like within 15 hours of him saying that very thing. So a lot of people, we had a very fun time with Carpool. We made a TikTok and a video about it and tweets and stuff. But I got more than a few people that, let's see, Drew, interested to know what Donnie has to say now after hearing Phil say the great games just aren't enough. Okay, There's two things to this. One, the context to which he said this. It's not that they don't want to make great games, which is what a lot of people are taking from. I think this was a very terrible way. This is a terrible way of trying to answer this question. Not a great look by Phil. Not your best, man. But the context of it is he's saying that great games alone won't turn the console
Right.
market. That's the context of the quote.
Correct.
So
He's not wrong.
I don't want to read. I just don't want to sit there and read this story. I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about that?
He's not
Right.
wrong. I think he's absolutely right. Like, they're in such a weird place where you can release great games all you want, but the fact that Nintendo has so many diehards and all it takes is one game to just do gangbusters. With PlayStation, like, you know what you're getting from a PlayStation exclusive. The problem with Xbox is you don't know what you're getting yet. There isn't something that says this is what Xbox does. They're still trying to figure that out. It's not like if you come to PlayStation, you're going to get the third person action adventure types games. You know that for a fact. Xbox was like the Shooter Bro system, but those games are so much a dime a dozen. It's like that doesn't really give it a true identity.
They haven't released a Shooter Bros game since
they have
series
Gears
Halo.
5, right?
Halo.
Yeah. And the thing is, those games are a dime a dozen. They're everywhere. You can get all the Shooter Bro games also on PlayStation. You can get them on PC. There's even a couple that end up coming to Nintendo. So the problem right now for Xbox is it doesn't have an identity outside of Game Pass. And a lot of those games you can still play elsewhere. So I think that's why
they don't have an identity outside of Game Pass. That's
don't.
Spot on.
And so without having an identity, they can continue to make great games, but they still don't have like a player base that knows exactly what they're getting when they go and get an Xbox. Until they have established an actual identity outside of Game Pass, making great games isn't going to change the console race. They're not going to be able to jump to first place. Especially
I got a few things that I want to say, but
with them saying, our whole idea is get you Game Pass and you can play anywhere. So then it's like, how do you can't win that console race. They're not playing that game. They're not playing the console game.
But are they?
I don't know. It doesn't feel like it.
Well, hang on. Delvin, anything?
I think they're definitely playing a console game. I think they're just trying a different way at doing it because the whole fact that they know right now that
I'm sorry, they're like, we're not playing the console game, but here he is sitting here specifically talking about how to win the console game.
Yeah,
or why he can't.
I think
seems like it matters.
I think he realized that, hey, we can't get the exclusives that PlayStation and Nintendo have, but we have Game Pass. That's our exclusive, and that helps build that market share, stuff like that. Now, you got to take into consideration that Sony and Nintendo has been household names for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox itself, while it doesn't seem like it's kind of new, it's still relatively new. It's still relatively new to the video game market. And that's why it's hard.
I think most people that have been, you're right. Obviously, objectively, you're right. I think I would say the majority of people buying consoles in 2023 are aware of the Xbox brand.
Yeah.
But do they trust it enough to be like, you know what? I want to jump from my Nintendo or my PlayStation to Xbox.
That's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna put a pin in that. I'm trying to figure out the best way of kind of unraveling some of this. All right, let's put a pin in. Let's stop right there. Okay. I'm gonna read a little bit more. He says, we lost the worst generation to lose in the Xbox One generation, where everybody built their digital library of games. So it's kind of positioning like, hey, if you bought a PlayStation, you're going to keep buying PlayStation because all of your games are there. And he says, but I know some people want to hold us up as being the better green version of what the blue guys do. And I'm just going to say that's not a win for Xbox, staying in the wake of somebody else. I love that quote. It's such a great, people need to hear that. There's a lot of people out there that need to hear that. We have to go off. We have to do our own thing with Game Pass, with the stuff we're doing in xCloud, and the way we build our games. Which I think is a great place to pick back up on what you were saying, Delvin. Do they trust them? Have they built up that rapport? Obviously, Phil thinks that they're kind of behind the eight ball because of all these people that already made their choice. I'm going to get in here because I got a lot of, I don't like what he said personally.
I will say this, and to give Xbox fans some hope, I think this matters to that next generation. You may not see it now, but there's going to be a generation of people who are like, you know what? Why would I buy a PlayStation if I can have Game Pass and Xbox and have my library right there? So it may not matter to us, people who are in this console generation right now, who are used to buying games okay, it makes sense. But there's a generation of people who are looking at Game Pass like, no, what? This is the way we need to go. And what Xbox can do is focus on that generation and get those dollars because, yes, you may not get the dollars from the people who are out there now, but there are gamers born every day who want to get into the gaming infrastructure. And if they can get on and build on that and get a whole new market based off of Game Pass and Xbox stuff like that. Like, for example, perfect example is what I did earlier this year for Christmas. I bought my nephew's Series S's because it was inexpensive and they get Game Pass. Now, they keep continuing that. They can be potential Xbox customers for the rest of their lives.
For life, yeah, absolutely.
Now, people keep continuing that, that can build that market share. And I think
Xbox is behind the 8 ball currently with what the gaming landscape is as far as console buying and games. They're ahead of the curve in terms of what the next generation is looking for. You got so many younger players that are used to this, like, one size fits all. You buy a subscription, you get all the stuff. They're used to the Netflix model where, like us, we grew up, you just went out and bought the game. There wasn't this subscription thing. So Xbox is setting itself up in the future to have the newer generations already bought in through Game Pass, where Nintendo and Sony are still struggling to even figure that model out. So while they're behind in one way, they're ahead of the curve in others.
Okay. I actually haven't heard. I hadn't thought about that point of it at all. That's pretty good. I mean, I have a few things I want to say. Well, since we're here on this digital library thing, do you agree that because people have already started a digital library that they just won't switch? Because I don't.
I don't necessarily agree with that because I don't know too many people who are really even paying attention to the digital library. Like,
I think
I went digital with PS3. I was like, screw these games. But there's so many people that still buy physical copies.
I don't want to project my gaming habits on others, but I'm just thinking about what I think is general gaming habit. We've seen console shift and go back and forth. We've seen it change even after like the adoption of digital. I myself personally, again, this doesn't apply to everybody personally, I have bought and rebought and built and rebuilt game libraries everywhere. And I think the point of having Game Pass is to combat that. You don't have to rebuy a library. We have your library. Like, this is the library.
Exactly.
So like, I understand what he's trying to say, but I don't know. I feel like you kind of let off the hook there if you're not pushing back a little bit, because I don't think that's the reason. I don't think that's the reason people aren't interested in Xbox. And I sure as hell don't agree with great games wouldn't change that. That's the thing. I disagree with his obviously I do, because I said before, they need to start making great games. Like, that fixes everybody's problems. I love the idea that's like, that's not going to do anything. It's like, I don't know. How about we try it? Yeah. When's the last time you did? When's the last time you released a bunch of great games?
Yeah. How about you release? They have it.
How about you release 3 Game of the Years in 5 years and see where you're at then? Because I bet you'll be in better shape. I feel maybe more animated now, and I think it's more. I wasn't this animated when I heard him talking because I understand what he's I understand the context of what he's saying, which I mostly agree with. I think, though, I'm more animated now because I've heard on podcasts, YouTube, how people are reacting to this. And I definitely don't like that they're like letting them off the hook. There are a lot of Xbox fanboys that were like, yo, he's right. It's like, no, he's not right. This is ridiculous. You make games. You are a game maker. You know, like if
you bought so many companies to have great games,
make great games. And here's the thing, he's like, well, if we make great games, people won't sell their PlayStation. You're right, but they might buy an Xbox, and that should be the focus. The focus shouldn't be how do we take one away. The focus should be how do we add
a game. Yeah. If you make a great game and put it in Game Pass, maybe somebody will sub to it. You don't need to sell their PlayStation.
I hate, if you can't hear it in my voice, I hated that quote. Seeing that quote and all the headlines that came out, I was like, oh my God. Another just shooting themselves in the foot. Do you know how bad that looks if I was a prospective customer, somebody truly on the fence weighing what it looks like when the head of the company is like, it's just not enough.
Yeah.
It's like, if that's not enough, then what is? Because I don't believe,
feels like you're giving up.
I don't believe for a second that people are so set in their ways that if you made the best damn video game, that people wouldn't come over to play it. Gamers love games, not companies.
Look,
I
if
know there's like
Starfield
an
is a hit-
allegiance. Console wars are a thing, and I understand there are people that are allegiant. But if there is truly a great game on Xbox, everybody's going to want to play that game.
Yeah.
Period. Because
Look,
we love games.
Starfield. If Starfield is a hit, if Starfield is the game,
So many
people
PlayStation
are
folks
going
be buying
to buy Xbox.
1000%.
People are going to sub to Game Pass. Like,
Stream it, PC.
the problem with that quote is you don't know that because you haven't made a great game yet that is going to bring the people in.
I didn't watch the interview.
Didn't do it.
I haven't seen it in the blogs.
Didn't do it.
But I feel like that's an immediate. How do you not immediately respond to Phil with that? How about we try though?
Yeah.
Fucking just throw it out there. Like, I don't know. Let's try making some great games. See what happens. Have you tried that strategy? And I know that may sound harsh.
They just failed. I know
it may sound harsh. I realize that Forza is a great series and has a lot of great releases, and so is Flight Sim and stuff like that. We all know what I'm talking about. But we all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We know what I'm talking about. Like a truly great like platform, like leading game that like gets the industry excited. When's the last time they did that?
They have.
I'd argue Ori.
The Ori, yeah. See, that's the other thing. Ori is a game that got the industry excited, but did it get gamers excited? Like, it's one of those artistic. It's like an artistic movie. Like, all the critics love it, but gamers don't buy it. It's like Metroid. Everybody says Metroid is amazing, but nobody buys it.
And not just because they're Metroidvania. Like, no, in place, in value, it's very Metroid-ish. But that's the last time I feel like they made a game that made people take notice.
Yeah.
And I think if you made 10 of them, people would be buying
them. Yeah.
Xboxes and Game Pass. The problem is you haven't really made them. That is the problem.
What I mean by niche is it's a sports game. It's a racing game. It's still a niche
I know what
thing.
you mean. I think he does too. But in Sean and I's defense,
it's not putting butts in the seats.
We love the Forza, you know, like,
but Forza's not putting butts in seats.
Exactly, it's not. You know, it's losing to Mario Kart in best sports game. You know, like it's not. Oh my god! There's no impact. You know, like it feels like there's not a lot of impact for the industry.
I think Forza's awesome.
I do too. Yeah, no, I love Forza.
Forza's incredible.
But again, Game Pass, digital libraries. Make great game. I can't believe he said that. I really can't. Like I can't believe that was just allowed.
It's such a cop out.
It really does. Do you imagine Nintendo being like, well, you know, like during the Wii U, you know, like we try, but like, you know, making great games just is not going to help. You know, and that might be true, but it helped more than it doesn't help. You know, like the correct response to that is we're trying to make as many great games as we can.
Exactly. That should be.
We're working on it,
We're
guys.
going to keep
really
trying to make great games, and we're going to see where that takes us.
Yeah, but no.
It felt like a give up. It felt like we're just going to cop out. We're going to give up.
I don't blame him. It's just a bad answer. I don't think that's what he means. I understand even in the context, that's not what he was meaning. What he's trying to say is it takes more than just great games to turn around the console share. And he's right. It does. Yeah. It takes multiple good games and services. You can't just do one. That's the thing. PlayStation has a track record of year after year after. That's what Xbox doesn't have. They just don't have it. Because the Wii U had great games. Smoke just as the Wii U had great games and failed. The Wii U had great games for a year. And then what? Then the Mario Tennis Aces and Bakugan. You need but in the Wii U's case, you also need a good system with great games and great service. You need all of it. You need to offer more than just great games, which is what Phil was trying to say. Yeah. But the problem is the Xbox has a great system and a great it's the games that's missing. They just don't have the games people want to play.
They need to take better care of Halo. They need to take better care of Gears. They need to shepherd those things and put them front and center.
They need to leave Gears alone and let them cook. Just leave the coalition out.
I'm saying yes. They need to let the coalition do what they got to do with Gears, but they need to make sure that it's front and center and that it's taken care of. They need to do the same thing with Halo. Like, they let Halo die. Like, they just put it out there. And Redfall probably should have been delayed. Like, allow all the different things that you're doing to fill Game Pass. Allow those games to fill these holes and don't rush games out before they're ready.
They don't have 10-month release lapses. Like, if they had, again, what I was pitching last week, again, the last point I wanted to make, I just wrote down a couple notes. This is the last note that I wrote. Be the green brand, not the green blue brand.
Mm-hmm.
This has been my thorn with Xbox and PlayStation and console wars for what feels like since Game Pass started, like since 2017, 2018. There seems to be such an urge to make Xbox compete 1-to-1, apples to apples with PlayStation. I'm like, don't be different. Do something else.
Nintendo's not trying to be PlayStation. PlayStation's not trying to be Xbox.
Xbox needs that over-the-shoulder narrative. No, they don't.
Doesn't.
Stop. No. You can't be better than them. They have all the studios. They have all the studios that do that. They have all the studios that do that the best. That's what they do. Do what you do. Make multiplayer games. Make shooters. Make awesome racing games. But here's the thing. They've got to get their pipeline in order. If their pipeline was better, if this year instead of 10 months later they got Redfall and sometime in the future we may get Starfield, if this year was Redfall, Starfield, Forza, Doom, Gears,
Hellblade,
like if all of the games were coming, if every 2 or 3 months you had another hit, it's a completely different question. It's a completely different situation. Just for games alone changes the entire conversation.
Yeah.
Console's the same, service the same, dumb new dashboards the same, like everything's the same, everything being equal. If they had the games, this wouldn't be a podcast. This wouldn't be a headline. We wouldn't be talking about this. Redfall could have come out and sucked and nobody would have cared.
Because there were so many other things to play. They have a pipeline and an identity crisis. They need to fix those two things. The bad thing about it is,
this it's becoming a yearly conversation. We keep saying the same thing year after year. When are we going to get a whole stream of Xbox games? When are we going to get the Hellblade 2? When are we getting the Gears next Gear? When are we getting this? When are we having the year where Xbox just releases a bunch of
Where the hell is Avowed?
Yeah.
Avowed's going to be at the showcase. I 100% think
that's the problem.
That's it, Sean. Thank you, Sean. I wish Sean was here. Sony survived Days Gone as a dream. Why? Sure, because they were releasing other great games. Xbox had so much riding on Redfall because it's the first damn release they've had in a year.
Yep.
That's the problem. It is just great games. I had so many people who tweeting the Sean video and stuff, and it's like, that is the problem. Just make good video games.
When you've got good video games, you can allow dreams to cook and be whatever dreams is going to be. Yeah. And you can let freaking Days Gone just get better and people come back to like, oh, this is actually a good game. It launched. I'm wondering if can
Redfall get the Days Gone thing? Like, is that there for Redfall? If they fix it and get it going and stuff.
If they have other games that can release, yes. If Starfield's a hit, if we get a Hellblade, if we get Avowed, if we get Fable, if we get Forza, yes.
It's killing me. I can't believe you said it either, Sean. I hated it. Captain Awesome says, my question here is, Donnie, you supported the buy of Activision. I did, still do. Why do you still trust Xbox when they don't even use the IPs they already have? They're using them. They're trying. The reason that they need Xbox, again, the reason they need Xbox goes back to my pipeline issue. If Xbox had Activision, all of a sudden Call of Duty and Tony Hawk, they get to fit in there. And eventually that pipeline gets going. I think Activision specifically is great at that annual, like that's what they do. That's not what Ninja Theory does and whatever, but that's what they do. Yep. They're good at that. So
yeah, see, Sony takes an approach that's very similar. They buy just exclusive games. They're not going to buy the studio. They're buying some studios, but they're going to get an exclusive game to fill the gap while they wait for their first party studios to actually do stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. They're doing the same thing. Xbox is doing the same thing by trying to buy Activision, by buying Bethesda to be able to put these games in there while they get their Xbox studios.
Halo Infinite would be viewed completely differently if it had come out with an Avowed and with a Doom or alongside a Call of Duty. Like, again, it's all of their eggs are in these one baskets because it's the only thing they're delivering month after month is this one basket. And we're right there right now with Starfield and Forza. And for the majority of people that care about this interview, they've got Starfield. Like, it's just Starfield. And they've got to start filling that in. They've got to get it together. I'm like I said, I'm tired of getting excited. I'm tired of hype. And I'm tired of excuses. I've been on this train for 3 years. I've been saying it's 2023. Even with the COVID thing, I was like, all right, it's fine. It's 2023. Keep delaying. It's fine. It's 2023 now. We're halfway through the year, and it's not very good.
This was supposed to be the year of Xbox.
Yep, it's not very good. They got to turn it around. Sean says, what do you think of Phil alluding to Sony and Nintendo making it difficult for Xbox to compete.
I mean, they're making deals, but then so is Xbox. Like Xbox bought Bethesda. Xbox is trying to buy Activision. They're all making deals.
Yeah, you're right. I think we know what Phil's talking. Phil is talking specifically about Sony making deals to exclusively remove Xbox from the equation. I don't think there's anybody else making deals about that with Nintendo. I don't think Nintendo's out there being like, you cannot release you can release it anywhere you want, except for Nintendo's not doing that. Nobody else is doing that.
They're not. But then again, when you think about them buying, not Activision, but buying Bethesda, like Starfield's not coming to PlayStation, Redfield's not coming to PlayStation. So in a way, they did the same thing. They just went about it a different way. We're going to buy this company. The games that they already had like deals in place, those are going to come to your system.
I'm not arguing that point. I'm not arguing that point. I understand what Phil was alluding to, but again, look, I'm not. Them's the brakes. Them's the brakes.
Yeah, that's business, baby. Let's go.
You got to get with it.
Yeah.
You know, he seems so I wonder if he's just like, if it's just blowback from Tomb Raider. Because the one time he went out there and did that, he just ate shit for it for a year. And it's they just don't want to do that anymore. I don't know. Yeah. That'd be my best guess. But yeah, I don't know. Them's the breaks. That's the deal. That's the hand you got dealt. You got dealt the hand where Jim Ryan is stomping you into the damn playground. You got to get up.
Fight back.
What are you going to do? He's trying.
They're trying to fight back. Stuff just isn't happening.
The thing about Sean's question, though, is that it does bring up a point that, the reason Sony's fighting the Activision deal is they're saying they can't compete. And Xbox is like, we can't compete with you buying all the games we can't have. We still don't have a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah. Honestly, it's just business. They're playing the game. I can't be mad at Sony for trying to cut Xbox out. I can't be mad at Xbox for trying to buy Activision. I can't be mad that they're doing that. It's just, it's business. That's
interesting. So let me ask you this. I agree with you. We've done this exclusive thing. I'm trying to take it in a different way because we've done the exclusive thing for years. I don't feel like that's really new. Let me ask you this though. Because Sean says it's BS that they can't do exclusives the same way the others do. That's an interesting thing. Would you feel bad if Xbox started locking down exclusives that you cared about, like so many did when they did it? Because there does seem to be a sense when PlayStation's like, we're getting exclusive Metal Gear, nobody seems to care. Everybody's like, that's awesome. But I think if Xbox came out and was like, we got exclusive Metal Gear,
the internet would be pissed.
Care a great
the internet
deal.
would be pissed, especially because you've got so many people that have PlayStations. So yes, because think about it. People were pissed off at the Bethesda thing.
Yeah, they were.
People were pissed.
The idea that they couldn't play Elder Scrolls.
I cannot believe
really
that you're going to do that. And now I can't play the next Elder Scrolls. I can't play the Starfield thing. People were pissed at the Bethesda thing. So yes, absolutely 100% people would be heated if Final Fantasy now all of a sudden was only on Microsoft's consoles. Yes, people would be big mad. I don't know that I'd care that much because I'm just going to play it on PC.
I'm ready for them to make people big mad. I'm tired, I don't know. Anyway, we got more questions. Ryan says, guys, what do you think about Phil's latest interview? Phil sounded like someone kicked his dog. I didn't listen to the interview. I didn't
listen to it either. I didn't listen to it. I just heard little pieces that 14 minutes that Garrett had posted, but I didn't watch the whole thing.
Do you think his tone would have changed a little bit if Redfall did good?
Absolutely.
It wouldn't have been the same conversation.
I don't know. Does he go on the podcast if Redfall's good? Right. I don't think he's even on the podcast. If Redfall does good,
it's not even a conversation.
But yeah, he's like, look, if Redfall's really good, the conversation goes like this. This is the start of a new Xbox.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the beginning. The beginning. You think this is good? Wait till Starfield comes out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you make great games. When you make great games.
Yeah. Exactly. Make great video game. God damn it, I'm so mad.
That's what it goes back to.
And it's not that I'm just mad that he said that. I'm not even mad that he said that. I'm mad that he said that and nobody went after it. That is like a clear, excuse me, let me interrupt you here. You don't think your situation would change at all if your games were great? Really? Yeah. You think you just releasing great game after great game and you're in third place in perpetuity? Because if that's what you really think, then why are you even here? What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Exactly.
That's impossible. And I love Phil, really, as a figurehead for the brand. I do. But if that is if you're thinking we can make 10 great games and it won't change a thing, then you need to be removed.
Yeah. Because
like if you're not the person for the job,
it completely changes the narrative. If Redfall is a great game, it changes the narrative of that whole podcast.
Anyway, Justin says, is Xbox destined to never, I should have read this earlier, to never compete in the console? If Xbox is destined to never compete in the console market, why do they still make consoles? Justin, I can answer this question for you. They make consoles because they still need an entry level access to Game Pass. And until streaming is more commonplace, they need to make consoles.
Yes.
Do I think Xbox would rather be just a service? I do. I know I've said that for many years. I know they said that they're never going to leave consoles, and maybe they don't leave consoles, but I've always said with Game Pass is the console. It's just like laptops. Yep. Microsoft makes Windows. They make PCs. They
make computers now.
You can buy a PC from them if you want to. Most people don't. Most people don't buy their PCs.
Don't buy a Surface.
But they all use Windows, right? That's Game Pass. Most people may not buy their console, but they all want Game Pass. But they can't do that right now because of Sony. If Sony was like, you could put Game Pass in our system, I absolutely think
they stop making them.
Yeah, they'd just be the Game Pass system. And
they have to make consoles because that's the only way to compete in the gaming space at this point.
Until cloud and mobile and until they can reach more people, they got to keep making consoles.
Yep.
But right now they can't reach enough people. And it is kind of a shame because I think they'd be better at it if they dropped this whole charade.
Mm-hmm.
I actually do. I think they'd be better at it. Matt says, I don't know about you guys, but last week was downright depressing for Xbox. I felt bad for them, even though I just play on Switch. How does Xbox pull themselves out of this rut?
Make great games.
Thank you.
Make better games.
PlayStation.
Sold to it.
Oh, not PlayStation. PS. When will the Empire strike back? Xbox needs you. You have to talk to Sean about that. I don't think I would ever do anything Xbox if it didn't include Sean, so I can't help you there. Not that I have time to be doing 3 podcasts a week, but I do miss the Empire days. I very much enjoyed talking specifically Xbox stuff. I thought it was a lot of fun.
I feel like we've talked specifically Xbox stuff a lot on this show. We have talked a lot of Xbox because there's just so much more to talk about with Xbox than anything else.
Stuff. Yeah, that's true. So interesting. That's all I had for the story. Interesting little nugget, little story. Hopefully they can pull it together.
I really would love Xbox to get their shit together because competition always makes everything better. Like I need Xbox to get in there and piss me off because I don't have an Xbox and there's a game I want to play.
So easy.
That's what I need you to do. I need Xbox to piss me off and make me want to play. Make me want to subscribe to
the whole concept that he was saying is like everybody just had one. And I know a lot of people there. I know there's a general blue ocean market out there that maybe they just have one. But like, come on. You know, it's like we do. What do we do? I've got like how many Switches and Xboxes to play, and like so many people do. It's not
all three of us have
it's not
multiple.
ubiquitous. Yeah, we all have multiple consoles, right? You gotta give people a reason to buy.
Exactly.
Xbox not giving people a reason to buy right now. Even with Game Pass. Like if you want to give people a reason to buy, you need a lot more than with Game Pass than what you're currently doing. You need a lot more than cassette beasts. Nobody knows what the game is.
Great games.
That's it. You need great
video games. Very simple. It's very
Whether
simple.
you make them or somebody, it's so bizarre. Like every time I could go down such a rabbit hole. Every time any video game console maker ever talks about anything that isn't games, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Stadia, the cloud. We're talking about cloud physics, talking about Connect, TV
Xbox
integration.
and their whole TV integration nonsense.
Anytime it ever goes off the rails, it's terrible. Remember PlayStation used to do like PlayStation Music and like all the little apps.
Nobody wants that shit.
PS3 had an E3 showcase where I swear they spent 2 hours talking about anything but games.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear that.
I remember that.
Yeah, like it's always terrible, and it's like you'd think they'd learn. They still haven't learned.
We buy video game consoles to play video games. It's great that it can run Netflix. I don't care if it did or didn't. I'm here to play games. I buy my consoles to play video games.
Not that hard.
If it does extra stuff, cool. I'm probably not even going to use it because I'm just going to play video games.
and not a great video game.
The focus.
Great video games.
Yes.
A library of great
multiples.
video games.
Yeah. Xbox, make me want your system. Make me want to subscribe to Game Pass. Make some great games, and I want to subscribe to Game Pass. It's
all eyes on the
simple.
showcase and all eyes on Starfield. I mean, I think it's going to be incredible, but the showcase needs to show.
I hope it's not a buggy mess.
But even now, even if the showcase is like, here's 10 amazing games that all come out in September, does anybody believe them?
No,
I don't.
but if they all hit, then we're golden.
They have to start at this point. You just have to start showing up.
Yep.
I would have been like, if I was Phil, I'd have been like, look, this isn't good enough. We weren't good enough, and that's it. I'll come back when we're good enough. Like, that's all that needs to happen. Like, just put it together, man.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's not rocket science.
Silk Song's been delayed. Team Cherry said we had planned to release in the first half of 2023, but development still continues. The game is getting bigger. Expect more details when we get closer to release.
Is this game even real at this point? I mean, how long have we waiting on Silk Song?
I don't
4,
care.
5, 6,
I mean,
7,
I
12
don't
years?
care specifically because I'm not going to play it. But here's the thing: Hollow Knight was so amazing. Take all the damn time you need.
People are so mad that this game isn't out yet, though. It feels like.
Why?
They're like, where is it? When is it coming?
Like, it's different for like Oxenfree, right? Like, this is Silk Song. They made it an incredible video game. Like, let them have all the time they need. Why are you rushing this? You can't rush a game like that.
They're just jonesing for it. That's
Play
basically
Hollow Knight
what it
again.
is.
Go play Ori. Go play Ori and come back.
It's not
Chill.
Hollow Knight. It's not Hollow
Chill.
Knight.
PlayStation has added 23 non-essential games to Plus this month. The highlights include Ratchet and Clank, Watch Dogs Legion, Dishonored 2, Evil Within 2, Soundfall, the Tomb Raider Collection, and Humanity.
It was a whole Tomb Raider collection?
It's Tomb Raider, Definitive Edition, Rise, and Shadow.
No, I don't know. It was all three.
Nope.
I mean, I own all those games, so I don't care.
Of course. But what are you talking about? It's your library. It's so important.
I already own all those games. I mean, I think that's a great month. If I didn't have extra,
A lot of
if I
good
didn't have
non-essential
those
games.
yeah, if I didn't have those games already, that might get me to subscribe to the extra tier.
There's better games
get
in
some
this
non-essential
lineup than Game Pass released this month. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. That's awesome. Good for them.
Yeah. Way to go, PlayStation. Your extra tier looks way more enticing.
23 is too much. I'm not going to say read 23. It's like, this is ridiculous.
No, don't do that. Half of them you don't need to read. You read the right ones. You read the ones that made sense.
Quick hitters, headlines. PlayStation has closed down Pixel Opus, makers of Concrete Genie.
I'll let XP talk about that.
Horizon Forbidden West has sold 8.5 million copies, and the Horizon franchise overall, 32.7.
It's great. Congratulations to that team.
Yeah.
Microsoft has hired a lawyer who has repeatedly defeated the EU as it seeks to overturn a decision by the UK's, what are they called, CMA?
Yeah, CMA.
This report came out, and this is I was just completely wrong. According to Reuters, the EU regulation is expected to pass the ABK deal sometime next week. They specifically said Monday.
So what does that mean? What does that mean?
Well, they're separate from the CMA. The CMA
Right.
is the UK, and this is the rest of Europe.
But do we need everybody to pass it? So like, what does that mean? So they pass it, big deal. If the
It
CMA
means
says
nothing
no,
for this
yeah,
deal.
So
Yeah.
that's my point. Like, who cares? Let's get
I mean,
the
it
CMA
matters.
overturned.
It does. There's hope here.
Yeah.
And I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting when one pulled the trigger that it would just make it easier for the other ones to lay down with them. This is not happening. So I think it does when Xbox goes to make their appeal, they'll say, hey, like the rest of your continent has approved this deal. There's a little weird that you haven't. What can we do to make this right? And I think that is a negotiating chip. Whether or not that matters or not, who knows? I don't know. I feel like
I
it
just
should,
want
but
the
who
deal to
knows?
go through. Just come on.
But
Xbox
it makes me feel more optimistic about the deal than I did when the CMA blocked it, for whatever that is, whatever that means.
Yeah.
They still got to get through the FTC. It's a long time from now. Like, we're not, like they still got to get through.
When was this supposed to be done? Like March?
Yeah,
This is supposed to be done so
Be a
long
while.
ago, it feels like.
Sonic Frontiers is the greatest selling Sonic 3D game ever, according to Sega.
Good on them.
That's great.
My favorite 3D Sonic game. Tears of the Kingdom will feature, quote, huge traditional dungeons.
Yes.
This is not the
fucking here for it.
The update that I'm specific. I'm not super into the dungeons. It's not my favorite.
I
don't hate them.
I know you're not.
It's just not
care.
my favorite. It's not
Whatever.
why I play Zelda. A lot of people do. They play Zelda for dungeons. I don't.
Yeah.
I was happy with the shrines. I really like the shrines
Fuck
and like
that.
the more
Fuck them
bite-sized
shrines.
thing. So
I
know a lot
want
of people
to
are
go
super happy.
into my dungeon. I want to find my hook shot. I want to get the
I don't think
big
that's gonna
key and open the chest. I want to find the little keys. I want to do all of that Zelda stuff.
that might
all right?
happen. I don't know about the hookshot and all that.
I don't
We'll
want
see.
survival Zelda. I don't want
Oh,
that.
it's definitely Survivor Zelda.
I don't.
This
I don't
is
want
more Survivor Zelda.
Is
than
there like a no survivor mode? Can we put that on? Can we add that into the game, please? None of the
like that.
survival mechanics
I like that.
nonsense.
That'd be cool.
Like,
I don't
wanna
think
cook.
so, but I like it. Do you imagine
I
they
don't
did a
wanna cook.
mode where no weapons broke and you didn't need to cook?
I'm so
People would
here.
be
For,
so
that's
happy.
the Devin mode.
I'd sell that as DLC. Sell it, baby.
Titus mode.
I'd buy that. Give me the
Yeah,
Titus
I
mode.
think
I don't
people
want to
would.
cook. I don't want survival Zelda. Okay,
It's a good idea.
I don't want that.
Unfortunately for you, I think this is like the most survival Zelda. So this game
don't
is
wanna fuse things.
seriously survival craft. Yeah, you're gonna
It's
fuse
too
a lot
much.
of things.
It's
I'm
too
with you.
much.
I'm with you.
It's too much.
This is where we agree. I'm looking at all this and I'm like, this seems like work. I don't want to do this.
I was talking to my boy today. He just got back from paternity leave, and he was like, I started playing Breath of the Wild again. I'm enjoying it, but I'm getting to the point where I'm completely overwhelmed by the amount of stuff to do. And then I was like, yeah, have you seen the new one? They got this fuse mechanic. He was like, that is entirely too much. I don't know.
That's how I feel
that
when I
can
watch people.
fathom that.
I watched like some of the previews and one of the people were like, it makes you really think about it. I'm like, I don't want to really think. Like that is the crux of the issue. I don't want to be challenged mentally while I'm trying to play Zelda game, man. Leave me
Right.
alone.
It's hard enough just trying to get through everything. I don't need more mental.
I don't want to
mental
work.
stress. Yeah, I'm playing the game to relax.
But I think we're going to. I think we're going to. So, oh well.
Delvin can tell us he knows he's been playing.
He's playing it right now.
Yeah, playing it right now. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it in your glasses. You're breaking embargo. The ninja's
Son of a
gonna come
bitch.
strike you down.
You're gonna get us.
Who?
You're gonna,
You're gonna get us
us.
delisted.
delisted.
Whole damn
Thanks a
channel
lot.
get put down. Do you
Just
think YouTube
off.
would think twice about offing Thanos snapping PSVG off the face of the planet?
Nintendo cares
they
not
can't
for
do
us.
that.
They will get
Us
rid
and
of
our
us like that.
700 subscribers. Like, bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Delvin. A Plague Tale Requiem is getting a 60 FPS mode for PS5 and Xbox Series S.
They
Or
didn't already
Series
have
X.
one.
Wow.
It did not, which
Oh, wow.
again
Did not.
makes you think a lot differently about Redfall. Like Redfall, people are like, "Oh, this is terrible," and like here they are, like 9 months later, and like, here you go.
Yeah, and the 60 FPS mode on Jedi Survivor on console runs like trash. So these consoles clearly are not up to par.
It does.
Our Rude Days 93 segment. Over under 89.5 for Diablo 4.
89.5?
That feels high.
Damn. That feels high. I gotta go under. I feel there's a chance this game is a 92, 95.
I think, yeah,
there's
I agree.
a chance, but it's really weird to me because I remember so much hate for Diablo 3. So the fact that it was an 89 shocks me. Like there were so many people that were like,
Yeah,
this
that's
is
true.
not the thing.
People
So
were
I'm
very
surprised
big
that
mad about it when it came out. That's
Right,
another
I'm
game that
surprised
came
it
out.
plays
People are
so high.
huge mad and it won people over.
Yeah. I mean, it had a long tail.
Yeah,
Diablo
of course.
always does. Lots of DLC, but the fact that it was 89 at the gate shocks me. Everything I've heard about this Diablo 4 feels like it's amazing. They've got a server slam this week to try to eliminate the issues when they actually launch, because that was another one of the things that played Diablo 3 was terrible launch. So they're trying to fix that with this one. 89.5 just feels really high.
It's rich.
It does.
What do you think, Delvin?
Fuck it. Let's go to over.
I
God
want to
damn
take
it.
the over.
I do too.
We got to make, he's in the lead. We got to make him pick
That's the
first.
thing. I'm like, that's why I was waiting to let him pick first, so I can hope that he doesn't.
I got to take the under. He's in the lead. I got to take the under.
Yeah,
At this point,
fucking
I
asshole,
got to start
Delvin.
throwing Hail Marys. Delvin, over under 84.5 for Street Fighter 6.
Over.
I would take the over too.
Man, that's a tough one because Street Fighter V, everybody hated 77.
Correct.
This is another one of those games that people absolutely love.
I gotta take the over. This one I can't just disagree. I think it's gonna be higher than 84. 84 is too low.
85 though?
84
85?
I think it's gonna be like 86, 87.
I
I think
do.
it is.
There's a chance it's a 92 also. People love this game. I mean,
I think it's gonna be
absolutely
an above average high 8. It's good 8.
Yeah.
Great 8.
I'm going to have to also go with the over. Delvin, I hate you.
John 32 says, you guys haven't noticed that Delvin purposely has been choosing last?
No, because me and Donnie like to talk.
That's true. Buy or sell. Tom Henderson says, it seems like Assassin's Creed Mirage has been delayed from August to October. And Nexus, the VR game, has also been delayed.
I didn't even know that it had a release window.
It was supposed to be out, I think they said
I thought it
first
was
half.
August.
It was first
I
half.
thought it was August. Yeah.
I mean, I'll buy it. Sure, why not? They haven't said anything about the damn game, so sure.
Right. I got nothing to go on. So sure.
At this point, I
Tom,
don't even
you
know if
more
we're
than
playing
me.
it this year. But I can't think of a better thing to play on the Ally. Speaking of the Ally, pre-orders are supposed to go out tomorrow. So if you want one, be around the Best Buy website in the morning, I guess. I'm not going to fight for one. I was telling that to the Ally Discord I was in. People were like, are we all getting ready to fight the bots? I was like, no. Those days and me are done. I will
I'm
get
so
one
glad to hear that.
when I can freely buy one. If I can log in
I'm
tomorrow
so
and buy
happy to
one,
hear
I
that.
will. But if it's all like, it's crap, like I don't have time for that, I will play my little Game Boy. I will figure it out another day. So,
That warms my heart, Donnie. That warms my heart to hear that you're like, I'm good.
can
I'll
you
get
just hear
when
it
I get
in like it's like if 2023 feels like a different me, man. It's like a whole different
love it.
outlook. I'm just like
Fucking here
not
for it.
about that energy anymore. I'm just letting it all go. So fabulous. Very nice. Buy or sell. Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake is a PlayStation exclusive. This comes from recent rumors from Xbox Era and Windows Central, who went on to say, like Final Fantasy, it might be exclusive to the console, as in not available on PC. They
Not
specifically
available
said
on PC.
this rumor specifically said exclusive like Final Fantasy. I
Okay,
believe
Final
was the
Fantasy is
Xbox
on
era.
PC.
Well,
Final
it came
Fantasy
later.
VII is on PC.
Came later.
Later.
Yeah.
They mean
After that 1 year
only on
exclusive.
PlayStation. That's what they mean.
Oof. That's so weird that it's coming from Xbox. Like the
Well,
fact that all that
Nick-
news is coming from the Xbox era,
Nick
Windows
at
Central.
Xbox Era leaks a lot of stuff. He's actually pretty good at this stuff. He's like
First of all,
he doesn't get everything right, but he's honestly he's like Greg or not Greg. He's like
Grub.
Grub. Thank you. He's like Jeff. That's what I was thinking. Greg, Jeff. I was thinking G. But
I
knew
knew where you're going. I
Thank
got you. I was picking up, jumping down.
He's like Jeff, but he doesn't get anywhere near, I think, like the cloud or the notoriety. Like he's not nearly as notable. People don't know him as much. But Nick is very good. I've watched Nick for years in this Discord that we share, drop little tidbits about games, and he's pretty good. About 85% of the time, he's spot on. I disagree with him here, though.
Yeah, I want to say no. I want to
coming to
say I want
PC.
to sell this because it'll come to PC, but I would love for it to also come to Xbox. Like, I don't feel like Metal Gear needs to be exclusive anywhere.
I think it's
shit.
coming to
I think it's
PC, and I think it's
PC.
coming to PC day one. I don't think it's going to be a 1 year exclusive. Could
I
be.
needed to not. I needed
I'll
to
cry.
not be Metal Gear Solid 3.
I'll cry if it is, but I don't think it is because Vicarious is supposed to be making this. That's the point I forgot. I kept digging around and looking and asking Discord, and I just forgot his name. I'm not on Twitter as much, so I don't talk to him as much. But he came back and he's like, "Isn't it the Vicarious one?" And I had forgotten. We've been talking about this damn game for so long that the original report was that it is them. It is supposed to be them because there were a lot of rumors around recently that it's Blue Point. I guess it could be both. But I don't think it is. I think this is
Who knows,
Vicarious. I think
man?
they're working on it. I think PlayStation probably gave them money for the deal. That's where I'd put my money. PlayStation probably bought exclusivity, but that means it'll come to PC.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I just 3 is my like least interested. I'm so not interested in playing Metal Gear Solid 3 again. Like I just
need more Metal Gear. It's been too long.
I need Metal Gear 1. That's Metal Gear Solid. That's what I need.
I mean, that's what we all want.
I just come on,
Yeah.
give me what I want.
That's what we all want. I mean, that needs a
Sons of bitches.
full blown, ground up remake.
Mhm.
Yeah, that'd be a huge deal.
Oh my god!
But
Please
don't
make
fuck it up,
happen.
Konami. Like, don't.
Yeah,
Give that to Blue Point. Let them do
It's
that.
instant money. You print money with this. This is just printed money to go make more of your stupid pachinko machines. All right.
I don't know why. I've been in a Metal Gear mood, I feel like all year. Like recently.
That's me in Star Wars. That's me in Star Wars. I've been in a Star Wars mood.
So, you know what? It's since I played, you remember last year I went back and replayed Metal Gear Solid 5? I think that's it. Since replaying that, I'm like, man, I really miss these games. And I would love to play a touched up better version of it. It's like weird that we don't have them. Of all the remakes and remasters, like we don't have them. They've all been delisted. We don't even have the old ones.
It's Konami. They're just
dumb.
Weird.
100% Konami.
Game's way
Konami is
too
weird,
important.
man.
Like,
Yeah.
what other great important game can we just like not play?
It's a good question.
Like even Nintendo released Earthbound on like Virtual Console and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I would even call like that's nowhere near Metal Gear's, ballpark. Those in completely different stratospheres. Like Metal Gear is huge. We're talking, Call of Duty, Resident Evil, Metal Gear. Like Metal Gear is, I don't say the Rushmore or whatever. It is in the pantheon of
there.
upper era. It'd be like
Metal
if
Gear
all the
Solid changed
Bioshock
the
games
game.
just disappeared. Like what?
Yeah.
It's Bioshock. We all play Bioshock. Like what's going on? It's weird.
Yeah, MGS changed the game, man. It was like, whoa, you can do this? We can make this happen? Oh shit. Crazy storytelling. Let's go. Yeah, we need those to come back. So don't fuck it up, Konami. It prints money. It prints
Apparently,
money.
we're gonna find out about it here in about
At this
week
PlayStation
and a half.
showcase that's supposedly happening. I'll believe when it happens.
I believe it. So apparently, we'll see. It
I
there.
believe.
That's it for the news.
All right, let's get that Kyle the Pug bumper for questions.
Sorry.
All right, PSVG. Give me the questions. Woo!
I think TPR for that one.
You were supposed to play the Kyle one first just to piss off Delvin.
What do you want me to do, man?
TPR.
Piss off Delvin. That's what I want you to do.
Gotcha.
Discuss.
You're a good man, TPR.
What, you don't like Kyle the
You're
Pug?
still a piece of shit.
Hey, PSVG gang, is it time to get into the questions?
There we go.
It's for you, Delvin.
There we go.
Jesus.
All right. So free to play Joe. He says, I honestly can't believe Donnie is still off Twitter. Who had
What?
the over on that
man.
one?
I'm looking at Kyle the Pug's question. Where's that question?
It's
Oh,
right under
scroll
the word
up.
questions. It's right under the word questions.
Sorry, my bad.
I don't know that anybody had over. I knew when he was gone, he was gone. That was it. I knew there wasn't no coming back because if he wanted to check, he could always use the PSVG Twitter. But I knew he was gone.
Yeah, which I really still don't.
Yeah.
I log in like twice a week to
Yeah.
post questions.
It's nothing productive happening on here. There's nothing productive on Twitter. So you're not.
It's over.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Ed says, do you have a calm game or okay, first off, Sean, we don't care about your goddamn European ice hockey thing. All right. Don't
Euro ice
ever
soccer.
post updates nonsense.
Like I
No
said,
hockey.
Sean, didn't you see?
Who?
Have you not been in Discord this week? Ice hockey is for poor people that can't afford sunshine.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it is.
Yes.
It's just people that want to play soccer, but they don't have sun.
Yeah.
So
Basically.
they
Poor
have to play with ice. It's ice soccer. We're good.
Yeah. Stop it.
No, thank you.
Stop it.
That was so fun
So
when we were all digging on hockey. That was a great.
Yeah.
We need more Sean. He's got the courts all by himself. He said, "Dude, hockey's so expensive." I bet it is expensive, actually.
It is very
With
expensive.
all the pads and shit, I bet it is expensive. You see those kids that
Which-
carrying those
it's
big
what
ass
makes it
bags?
even worse.
They
I
have
gotta
more
pay
gear
this
on.
much to play this terrible
They
game.
have more gear on than like football
Yeah.
players. They have a shit ton.
Yeah. It's stupid. I gotta pay all this money to play this really terrible, terrible game. And I'm cold. Get out of here. So yeah, Ed says, do you have a calm game or a backlog that you plan to go after or plan to go to after completing a big release title? So do you have like a palate cleanser game?
What about you, Delvin?
Mario 3.
I screwed it up. I screwed it up. Damn it.
Oh,
Got
man.
off the hook, Melvin.
Oh, man. Yeah, boy.
Hey, PSVG gang, is it time to get into the questions?
Yeah.
It's the last one, I promise.
Oh man, my Lakers are getting their ass.
Like he's scared to go. Are they losing?
What's
Yeah. 79-61.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
You said Mario 3?
Yeah, Mario 3.
That's a
That's the
palate
calm game. That's the game I play when I want to be calm and relaxed. Mario 3, because I'm so familiar with it and stuff like that.
Solid.
Yeah, I don't have anything like that. Donnie? What golf game is it?
Yeah. It's probably sports games. Like when I'm not in the mood to get into something or I'm in between something, I usually fall back to sports games, wrestling, golf, football, sports games, basketball, stuff I can pick up and play and not be too invested in and can put down real easily, stuff like that. Like even with Mario and stuff, like I kind of don't want to play like just a world or a level, you know, like if I want to play a Mario game, like I want to play the Mario game, you know, something like kart, maybe do a little kart, something like that.
Makes sense. Cal the Pug says, do the Lakers finish off the Warriors in 5 or 6 games, or will LeBron choke the 3-1 series lead?
Apparently not.
Yeah,
I would have said
not.
6 anyway. I'm not like I
Yeah.
told you last series. I'm not counting the Warriors out. I can count them
Yeah.
out then.
Yeah.
I'm not
Shouldn't.
counting them out now. If they lose a series, it'll probably because Davis isn't playing. But if they lose the series, it's not because LeBron's choked. Like it probably is because the Warriors are really good and got going.
Yeah, exactly. The Warriors
I don't think
are a good
LeBron's
team.
teams. I don't think they're supposed to beat them.
No,
they might be
they
favored
weren't.
now, like in the playoffs, because they've looked really good. But at the same time, like if the Warriors came back from 3-1 to beat the Lakers, would I be stunned? Not at all.
No. Still
Like
the
not
Golden
even
State
a little
Warriors.
bit. Are the Warriors capable of going on a 3-game run? Absolutely.
Yeah.
At any moment. But
100%.
I think the Lakers win in 6.
I would like to see that. Do I believe it's going to happen? I don't know.
Clay just doesn't look right. He hasn't.
Clay nor
You know.
Jordan Poole.
So like Curry's doing a lot. And he can.
A lot.
He's superhuman. Like he can, but I would be willing. I think Davis is too much for them. It's like a really bad matchup for them. They just got nothing. They got nothing for him at all. So if he goes down, it's anybody's game. Like if he goes down,
we all know
the
that
series,
is a
if he's
possibility.
if he falls down and he's out of the series, then it is reset it to 0, and that's the series. You know, like it's even. The series starts over. But as long as he's out there, I think the Lakers will push through.
We shall see. So Haley says you're making a dream barbecue roster. What's on it? What the hell does that even mean?
Like a menu?
I was trying to figure out if she was talking about guests or the actual food at the barbecue.
Oh, I was specifically thinking like, what are you serving?
Yeah, I
She
was
said
like, it has to
roster.
be. Yeah, that is weird.
It's a weird way,
I don't
like
know what the hell
Canadian
a
way of
barbecue,
putting it.
I guess.
Maybe in
Much more-
Canada, you
much more
order off
barbecue?
do you order off the roster?
Is that how that works, Sean? Is you don't have menus out there? You have rosters because everything is tied into hockey.
Hockey. You got your first
Is that
line.
how that works?
You got your first line of barbecue. You got your second line. You got the barbecue coming out of the penalty box. That's hilarious.
Yeah. When something's missing, it's in the penalty box. You know?
Barbecue.
Yeah, there's got to be like a barbecue ice hockey pun that we can name a restaurant here.
Is it even? Can you even do barbecue out there in Canada? Is it too cold for barbecue? Can you make that happen? I don't know.
Canadians, do they have barbecue?
I don't think they do.
Sean, does Canada have barbecue? Would we consider it the same? And I don't mean like, hang on, because there's a Yankee thing here. I don't mean like you cook on a grill, so
Right,
it's barbecue.
like actual
We were talking about
barbecue.
specifically the food barbecue food,
Yeah.
because that's a Yankee thing. There are
Like some St. Louis
they
style
call-
ribs.
See, they call grills barbecue. I remember that from Ohio. Like we're cook hot
John-
dogs on the barbecue. It's like that's not.
John
that's
says
not how that
no.
works.
John says no. We grill here.
See, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. That's why I tried to cut that off at the front. Good, Sean.
Barbecue is grilling here.
Sean,
Yeah.
come join the show and let us know if Canada has barbecue.
They don't. They just have grills. Everything
What
is
do
a
they
grill.
serve?
There's no barbecue.
Yeah, they just have grill. What do you? So when Canadians say they want to order barbecue or they're going to barbecue, what does that mean? What are you getting from the barbecue?
Is it just anything that's on the grill? Are we talking about like pulled pork? Are we talking about some St. Louis style ribs? We talking about some tri-tip?
What's the difference?
Oh,
I
Jesus,
told you.
Sean.
So when you think barbecue, do you think like hamburgers and hot dogs?
Probably.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's a Yankee thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I think barbecue, there's barbecue sauce.
When I think so, when we say
there's-
barbecue, specifically here from the South, or I think American, but again, a Yankee thing, it's not always the same. Maybe it's just this region. Maybe if you're not familiar with this region, you just don't know this. But barbecue specifically means like pork for one. It just means pork.
Yes, pork.
Ribs.
It's shredded pork, ribs, brisket, it's sauce, it's brine. But barbecue, to answer Haley's question, the barbecue also comes with mac and cheese, baked beans,
Greens.
Yeah.
corn,
Potato salad.
yep, all of that stuff. Grilled
Man, I'm
peppers,
hungry. Ooh,
shish
I'm hungry.
kebabs.
Yeah. A barbecue has that stuff.
Yeah. I love that John is like, yeah, we don't smoke properly here. No one knows how to cook Southern food properly here. And he's right. I'm sorry. Canadians, you guys probably just think anything on the grill is
Canadians.
barbecue. Yeah.
I don't think Atlanta barbecue is all that amazing. Specifically, Joe. It's fine. There's some good. I mean, there's always good barbecue in the South. My favorite barbecue is Carolina, though. Carolina fan. I'll take Carolina
Miami
barbecue over
barbecue is
Texas
pretty good.
barbecue any day of the week.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me get a Carolina. Ooh, God, a Carolina barbecue. Man, I'm hungry.
Cornbread.
I'm real hungry. You got to have cornbread.
That's really good.
Cornbread, corn on the cob,
Yes.
corn on the
Yes
cob,
to all of these things.
half block
Yes.
corn on the cob, southern green beans, which are different,
What is,
like
what is that?
seasoned
Yes, they are.
green beans with the butter and the bacon and the ham pieces. Like, yeah, barbecue green beans.
Do you
is
make,
different.
is there another way to make them?
Yeah, other people can just eat like
Who are those
sauteed
people?
green bean, white people.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you just mean you just mean black beans, basically. black green beans. Because I've
Sure.
only ever had
You
them.
can't. Yeah,
with-
maybe so. Yeah, maybe I don't. I'm learning something here.
You know what?
Maybe that's
I
the
did
only
have
way
a
black people
roommate-
eat green beans. I don't believe so, but maybe you're right.
I had a roommate who would just pour them out of the can and eat them that way, and I was like, "What the fuck are
Yeah,
you doing?"
I think that's how most people eat them.
I've never
My
had them
wife
that
likes
way.
to
I was
saute them.
very
She likes
confused.
fresh ones. She'll cut them. She likes to saute them. They're good, but yeah, there is a specific way that you make green beans for a barbecue, and it's not any of those.
You go and you buy them, you snap them, you throw them in a pot with bacon, lots of seasonings, and you also got to throw in like a turkey leg. That's how you make green beans. I don't know any other
probably
way.
My
gonna kill
mother-in-law
you,
makes them in a
but it's
slow
gonna taste
cooker.
really good.
Yeah, that's how we do.
not
it.
healthy.
Yes, slow
It's
cooker.
definitely not healthy. My grandma made it with Crisco. My mother-in-law puts in like 2 globs of butter. Everybody does it their own way, but usually, yeah, lots of salt and pepper. Yeah, they almost. My wife has used vinegar. The vinegary taste. Yeah, it's definitely a barbecue thing.
Oh my God, summer's around the corner.
Do you like
Barbecues are
potato
going to be
chips?
great.
No, not like potato chips.
You guys don't even do potato chips right. You make ketchup chips. What the hell is that?
What? Are you serious?
Canadians and their ketchup potato
What the fuck
chips.
is
Yes.
a ketchup chip?
Oh my God.
Can't be real.
Ketchup flavored potato chips. Exactly. That's the face that you just made is correct. I don't understand why they do these things in Canada.
Really whack.
What
Oh,
the
I've tried it, John. I've tried it. One of my coworkers, we every
It has
year
a
we go to
2.5
Versa
star
tournament in
rating on
Canada.
Walmart. I can't
Yeah.
For that.
I've tried them
That's
and no, they're
goddamn
not
awful.
good. It's not good.
Sean says delicious.
Of course you would say that. You don't know what real
Deliciously
barbecue
nasty.
is. I can't trust any of your taste buds at this point.
Nathan knows what we were talking about with the green beans. Nathan knows about the green beans.
Good job, Nathan.
I'm glad. Thank you. That is the correct way to
Now
make
I
green
want
beans.
barbecue,
Do not just
man.
eat. So do I. I would
Some
kill
pulled
for
pork.
a pulled pork sandwich right now.
Yeah. Like a good shish kebab, maybe a sausage.
Mm. My wife made sausage tonight. I'm very excited to eat that.
That's really good. Yeah, my wife burnt the pork chops.
Oh.
I had like beef jerky pork. I was so mad. I was just sitting there stewing.
She made them well done.
Yeah. She said, she was like, I tried the thermometer, it didn't work. She put it in like the air fryer or whatever, and it was just like dehydrated pork chop. It was bad.
Wow.
Like
so
Delvin's
Haley,
dates.
Oof.
I was eating pork chops like Delvin's dates.
Yeah.
Did you see that TikTok I shared from the Denny's? The guy
Yes,
eating
I
that
did.
beef jerky steak?
I did not
Why
see
was
that.
it
I
like
saw
our
I couldn't watch it.
conversation? I posted this morning. It was a conversation, like our conversation of Delvin at Denny's, except this guy was totally rude. I'm sure Delvin wasn't. But like the whole scene was right. He took this woman on a date to Denny's. He was eating a steak that was as well done as possible. Shit looked like a cracker.
And
he loved it. He kept talking about how great it was.
Yeah.
It's a great TikTok. You gotta watch it. Gotta watch TikTok.
I'll watch it now that I'm home. I couldn't watch it at work because we have somebody who hates China and just blocks everything that's even remotely related to them. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So Haley, everything that we mentioned, that is barbecue.
Yeah.
That's on our roster.
I don't rock the potato salad though.
My wife makes some really good.
I don't do
potato
that.
salad. I didn't eat potato salad until she started making it, and she doesn't make it with like regular mayo. It's olive oil, not olive oil.
I can't stand mayonnaise. So
Avocado. So it's an avocado mayonnaise. It's not made with any kind of mayo stuff, no eggs. It's avocado based.
yeah, I try it,
Really
but I'm not
interesting.
that into avocados either. We mentioned greens.
Yeah, I say greens. I'd say
Good.
greens. You gotta have greens.
Yeah,
Some baked beans.
definitely some baked beans for sure.
Barbecue baked beans.
This is like my dad's side of the family. So like my mom's side, they make all this Yankee stuff from. My dad's side of the family, all the Southern stuff from.
Yeah.
Not like the in between.
I'm hungry.
I like Carolina. I'm a Carolina barbecue sauce fan. So
Yeah.
me, I want the vinegary barbecue sauce, not the sweet, sugary barbecue sauce. That's why
I like
I
both.
pull Carolina. I mean, I'll eat both. But if given the option to choose, I'm a Carolina barbecue fan.
I want that sweet baby Ray's. Ooh, deviled eggs. Good call.
Oh,
Nathan.
we missed
Good
the deviled egg.
call.
Goodness. And Nathan knows about the barbecue.
Good
man.
call, Nathan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's
Good
close
job,
to Canada. What are y'all doing up there? Y'all
Chicago's definitely got a barbecue, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right in the middle of the
Yeah.
Midwest.
Mhm.
Yeah, all that blues influence and stuff. Absolutely.
Indeed. All right, so this is a weird one. Poodle Stinks says, what was the best Mega Man game ever according
None.
to challenge alone, not graphics?
I don't like
Mega
Mega
Man
Man.
2.
I can get out of
I
the
was
way
gonna
here.
say,
'cause
I was gonna say one or two. One was hard as
I
hell.
love 2. I love 2. 2's great.
Yeah, two was good. I like the music from both of them very much.
Yeah. Music's great.
But one was hard as
It's
hell.
so good.
This Game Boy thing I bought has like 30 Mega Man games on it. There's so many.
Don't play them. It just piss
I'm
you
gonna
off,
delete them off. I gotta go through
As you-
and
as you
actually
should.
remove them.
as you should. They're difficult.
I kind of want
games.
to play Mega Man now.
No, you
They are
don't.
difficult.
You finish
I
playing
really
your
do.
damn Zelda, all right? And then
Well, I
play,
am.
and then
That
play
absolutely is
Survivor.
never gonna
okay?
happen. I would bet money he does not roll credits on that game. Absolutely, I would.
Oh, what? Zelda?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
100%.
you're not finishing
Probably
that.
not.
No,
I'm going to have some fun playing.
You're going to be
Here
done
he is,
playing it.
going
You're gonna
all
be done playing it
hard.
Sunday.
pushing on people. I got it earlier than you. Dude won't be playing it next week.
Yeah, he'll be done Sunday.
Oh,
He'll be done Sunday.
big
He'll be
petty.
done. Once everybody else starts playing it, it's not as cool anymore. You stop playing.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, once everybody else is playing, I'll go fuck now.
Yeah. So you
Thriller's gone.
go figure out what else you can buy illegally. What's next? Diablo.
Exactly.
You just show up on podcast next week. He's like, fuckers, I got it.
Yep.
Got
Yeah.
Diablo.
Played it for 2 minutes. Now I'm
You
done.
poor motherfucker.
You goddamn right. You broke bitches. Look what I got. I'm called.
Oh, sweet
poor
He's
bitches.
just like
everything.
Bobby Roode now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Just a heel.
I like it. So somebody said they like hot sauce. Hot barbecue sauce. I just saw the Sweet Baby Ray's, so I'm just not remembering it.
I love sweet baby ribs. I like a hot barbecue sauce.
I
wanna
love
sweat.
mixing buffalo
Yes.
sauce
That
and
is how you do
barbecue
it.
sauce. And
That's
when
how
I
you do it.
smoke chicken, that's
Huh.
what I put my chicken in, and I love it. Do you give me some smoked drumsticks with a mix of both of those? It is so good.
Yeah.
Need to try that.
I will say that is good when you get that little bit of heat with
You need the barbecue sauce with the
Oh, my
spice.
goodness.
That's what you're looking
so
for.
Good.
I use buffalo sauce. You can use Tabasco or anything like that. I use Tabasco in my chili, but you use hot sauce if you want. But I particularly like a hot buffalo sauce mixed with barbecue sauce or regular hickory barbecue sauce.
My wife will do some hickory barbecue sauce and she'll throw cayenne in it.
That's good. Yeah, do that. Get a little pep to your barbecue sauce, and you'll thank us later. And it's great on ribs.
Oh,
the buffalo barbecue mix is great
that's
on
her rib
ribs,
rub.
man. It's
that's her
real
rib rub.
good.
Oh my god,
is it?
We gotta stop talking about food. Yes, that's how she.
You have to
does
send me
the rib
that
rub.
because I'll try that because I've always just mixed the sauce and just let them, just bask them.
Yeah. Oh,
I might have to do barbecue tomorrow. I'm gonna have to go out and get some barbecue because this sounds great.
Absolutely, I'm starving.
Yeah.
This is nonsense. Damn it, Haley.
Good question.
Yeah. Court Lalande. He says, how much money Laland? How much money has Delvin spent in his lifetime on games he will never play?
Less than you've spent on hockey.
Court,
apparently.
Mind your goddamn business.
Mind your business.
Just mind your business. That's all. Just mind your business. just mind your business.
I mean, haven't we all? I've definitely bought games. I don't want to say that I'll never play. I play most everything I buy, but I've got games I've bought so many games I'll never finish. That's just
I've got a whole shelf of PS3 games that are still in the plastic wrap.
Yeah, there's no shame there. That's just gamers.
Yeah.
That's just how we are. Yeah. It's fun buying games. Me and Elaine were ahead of the curve on this. We say this all the time.
Man.
It's just fun buying games.
It is fun buying games.
Just buying them is fun. I bought Delvin a game this week. How you like that?
Yeah. You play that yet, Delvin?
I have not played it yet. I'm
Too
damn
busy
sure
playing.
accepted the gift.
I expect to hear about hentai shooters next week on the pod.
Because he'll be done playing Zelda for sure.
Oh, 100%.
He's probably never going to go back to Jedi either.
Yeah,
no,
that moved on
earlier.
Are you going to finish it though?
I think so. I'm enjoying.
No, you're not. I don't believe you.
I really
finish
am.
that damn.
I got no faith. You're right. That's what he'll finish. He'll finish all those terrible games.
Man and Medan too.
That's what we're going to stop playing God of War for.
They haven't announced it yet.
John 32 has an interesting one. He says, in an increasingly virtual world, how would you like to see box art better incorporated into digital libraries? Any ideas? Can we do better than just tiles or icons?
Incorporate it. Like literally put it in the games. Like when they have all these things where they have art books and stuff like that, just put it in the game. The instruction manual, everything is not that hard to do. I don't understand why that's not a thing in video games. Just put it there. I like looking at instruction manuals. I like looking at the box art and stuff like that. Maybe just make the tile of the game the actual box art for the game.
Isn't the tile of the game the actual box art now?
Not always.
Most of the time, though.
Name one that isn't.
It's a couple of them. I can't think off the top of my head.
Man of Medan?
Man of Medan, I think I am there possibly one of them.
So let me, and I don't disagree with you, Delvin, but one thing that I want to, how would you handle this, right? You open up your PlayStation, you got a list of your games. You go to click on it. When you click on that game, what do you want to have happen?
I want to show the box art.
No. You click on the game. You see the box art. You highlighted the tile. You click on it. You want it to start the game?
I want it to go open up the game. And you can
or do you want like a menu to pop up to be like do you want to see the instruction manual? Do you want to see the?
Yes.
Yeah,
that would be cool. Or you can even go in the game and go to options and go to instruction
like in game. Like that's better.
Yeah.
So like, can box art be better? Like, if that's the crux of the question, sure.
It definitely can.
Yeah, it can be art versus just a pull a screen grab.
I don't know like how much I jive with this question because like with the PlayStation, when you hover over a game, the entire theme of the OS changes, right? You get like in the wallpaper and everything. And that's what Xbox is going to. So that feels like that's better than box art, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or tile
art. You get the sound from the game. Like usually you'll have like a little loop of the music from the game. the background completely changes to whatever the game is, and you get things that'll take you to if you have like a deluxe version that has the art book, you can launch to the art book there. It'll have links to whoever's streaming the game. You got stuff like that. Or any news, any like breaking news from the game series is typically also
that's
there
a cool
on the
thing it does
PlayStation.
do. It gives you like little notes on the game series and things like that, and sometimes show you like popular streamers who streaming the game. Yes,
Yep.
it's a lot of
I
stuff
like
on that
what-
screen now.
I like what I Can't See says. He says, make the game library look like game boxes on the shelf. I would prefer that versus just the icon.
Isn't that what Xbox does?
That
We
is
got Nathan here. Nathan, like when you go into the Xbox, you open your library. If you sort by older, like the 360 games, I think are like 360 box covers. It says like 360 on it.
Huh.
Maybe, but I think
The thing
it would
about
be
this
way
question,
cooler
though,
if it was
is
the
that like
box art.
99% of all the icons that we have currently, like not
Mhm.
legacy content, like now, is the box art,
Yeah.
right? Like the
Yeah.
majority of games, the icon is the box art.
100%.
So I guess the question is like, should we have alternative icons? Now the like the ADD part of my brain goes like, well, you should customize it. That's why we like Windows. That's why I like Steam. Like I have spent time like changing box art in editions and stuff on Steam. It'd be nice if consoles let us do that. Are people going to take advantage of something like that? I don't think so. I think that's a real
it's
minimal.
You
I
would.
got one.
Yeah, I would.
You would.
But I don't think there's a lot of
Delvin
people
might.
like
I'm not. I'm not going to do anything with that at all. I don't even look at the icons now. I could.
that. You know, say older games
know what I
show
don't like?
360. Yeah, I think Xbox did
I just
that.
thought about it.
Thank you.
I don't like when you buy the deluxe edition of a game on your console and it doesn't show you the deluxe edition box art.
Like special editions,
It doesn't do that.
No, it shows you the regular box art.
like the one icon. Yeah, probably because they.
That's stupid.
Yeah, because they're not going to like. They would probably have to relist the game like multiple times. Like you're buying the game, and then the extra editions just unlock DLC. Right, for them to have different icons for the game, they'd probably have to list the game separately in the back end, which nobody wants that. You search Tiger Woods and you get 8 different versions of the same game with different box
You
arts.
get that on PlayStation. I swear to
Oh,
God.
Yeah,
do
they
you?
don't care.
Oof.
Oh, yeah.
Oof. Yeah, I don't know. I think Steam is the best. Like, I think if you really care about something like that, like you could just use Steam.
My Steam is just a list of games. I don't even see art.
You don't even
It's
see
just-
the arts. Like
it's
I have a
just the left side,
library
it's
and
just-
categories,
No.
and
Steam
Mine
always
is just
great.
the list.
I have my box art set the way that I want. Like I've changed several box arts.
Yeah, no. When I opened up Steam, it's the list of games on the left. I go to my favorites because that's where I put the games that I want to play at the time.
Now, here's the
And
thing.
and that's even if I see the Steam OS, I usually just double click the icon on
I
my
would
desktop.
love if OSs got to the point where they offered themes that would impact game icons, menu settings, and box arts. Like if
Yeah.
you could click on a theme,
PS4 did
maybe
that.
it was like a retro theme, and then all of your tiles change to look retro. Or maybe you could click like a no icon theme and you got a list instead. Or like if they gave you different ways of visualizing it, I would
The
like that
PS4
more.
did that.
And
The
just
PS4 would
specifically-
totally change everything.
I loved. Well, you already know that. I had like 60
Yeah.
themes. I loved the PS4. But yeah, if you could do something like that, you know, change the font style, change the menu layouts, change that would be awesome on console.
Yeah. So there you go. There's your answer, John 32. Smoking Joe has the question of the night here. He says, what comes first? A new Switch or the gold coin tapes? There are no tapes. So the answer is the Switch.
You got more faith in Xbox releasing a pipeline of games or Delvin finding those tapes?
Oh, Xbox. Hands down. I got no
trying
faith
to
in this,
see.
man. That's why there's no
He
bumper.
can go get Tears of the Kingdom, but he can't drum up an old cassette tape.
Nah.
Gold coin is made up. It doesn't even exist. It was not even a real thing. It was just a story he was gaslighting us on. It's
Oh,
not
that's
even
a
real.
good point. I never even thought
I'll
about
allow
it like
this
that.
to
This is
happen.
the whole bait and switch.
It's bait and switch
Building,
shit, you know
building a
what
legend in his own mind.
I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
I wonder if we got to Delvin's boys with these. Like him? Hell no.
That guy, rapper? Please. Absolutely not.
Him a rapper.
I should call him one day on the
What did he
pod
say?
after
He said
that.
he's a rapper?
He was a battle rapper at that? Please. Delvin?
Delvin.
Delvy?
Went
Delvin,
to college campuses. It was just 8 Mileing folks. Maybe not.
Not even a little bit.
Confidence is lowering.
Yeah. He's
Look
not
at
fighting
here.
it.
Look at here.
I'm reading what
Nathan,
Nathan said, I'm
Delvin,
like, that's not-
send
that's
me
not
the
accurate.
hard drive. I'll recover the audio.
I told him the same thing. I was like, if I was there, I'd take it apart and get it for you. But
No,
no,
he's not even saying there. Send it to him. He'll do it. This is a service. He'll provide you the service.
he ain't doing
Oh,
that because there's
Nathan, I
nothing to
think-
recover.
I think
There's
he's
nothing to
scared of
recover.
what else you might recover on the hard drive.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm thinking about. Like, I may have porn on it.
Ain't nothing Nathan had never seen before.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't believe that.
Glad Donnie noticed it. Like, I don't know about that.
Oh, I knew what she was getting at. But the thing is, there's no tapes to recover, so it doesn't matter. It's all made up.
Tapes. Some other tapes on there too.
I
Like
made
him,
it up.
like playing harmonica or bagpipes or something. He's playing the tuba. 11th grade band. Some kids out there bullying him. Delvin, shut the fuck.
Delvin, who have you been yelling at to make your voice all hoarse? Are you sick? What the hell?
I was sick all week. I'm starting
Oh,
finally
damn.
starting
Oh,
to feel better
no.
today. Yeah, I was
Sorry,
sick all
dude.
week. Yeah, I was
Well, I'm
fucked up.
glad you're feeling better now.
Yeah,
went
feeling better.
outside and infected the Tears of the Kingdom guy.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Terrible.
you still games early?
Yeah. All right. So our last question comes from Keanu Meaves. It says Keanu Reeves and Tom Hanks are kind of thought of as unofficial members of the imaginary Hollywood Nice Guys Club.
More imaginary
They're squeaky.
people like Delvin.
Basically.
Yeah.
They're squeaky clean and have reputations of being genuinely good people. Each of you get to induct one person into the club, whoever you want. Who are you picking?
Tom Hanks out here. I used to battle rap in high school. I don't have a question for this. You know, my answer to this question, Keanu Memes, is I don't want to be at the good guy table. I'm not at that table. And the people that I want to sit with aren't at that table either. I got nothing for this question.
That is a heel.
I also have nothing.
This
I
is
don't
so
care.
out of my purview. Well, let's all sit down and put our napkin in our laps and be nice. And like, what the? Absolutely not.
See,
Not even a little
I'm
bit. That's
scared
not my
to name
scene.
somebody because if I name somebody, it's gonna come
Oh,
out
yeah.
here like an asshole. Like
The Me Too shit. And you're going to be like, see,
Yeah,
Delvin,
like,
thought you
well,
like this
there you
evil
go.
person.
Because you call
Here we
somebody a
go.
nice guy? You getting me too? Because he said this guy's a nice person? You want to put
No.
him in the nice guy club?
Yeah.
No, knowing my luck, I will say somebody, and next thing you know, this guy has a sexual assault case against
It'll
him.
come
So,
out. You know,
So?
yeah, like now, not doing that.
Yeah.
Who?
nobody's
Ooh.
without flaw. Not even
No one's without
Keanu
flaw.
and Tom. So
Everybody has something they did that they ain't proud of.
my
That's
table's
life.
like Vince Vaughn and Robert Downey Jr. and we're having a good fucking time, man.
You know what? Fuck it. Will Smith.
Okay. At the good guy table.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Okay. What's a take?
I mean, yeah. It is what it is. That's fine.
Hey.
I mean, he's probably genuinely a nice guy, sure. Let's throw Paul Rudd over there, too. He's a vampire.
That's a
Sometimes
good
you gotta-
answer. That's a good answer.
Sometimes you got to smack a bitch. That's all that happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good guy or not. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah, but it says it's a good guy table. So it's not good guy or not. It's like, does he get to
Good
sit
guy-
at the table
good guys.
if he's smacking people on live television?
Hey,
Yeah.
good guys smack people on live television all the time.
What? No, they don't. That's not
what
true.
those are.
If you watch Cops,
Yeah.
have you watched the show
I
Cops?
have watched
Those are
Cops.
the
I
good
like-
guys, right?
yeah, I don't see a lot of people
Yeah,
smacking
supposedly.
cops. And if anything, I see a lot of
Good
people
guy.
smacking cops. It's like if you want to get real serious on that, we can go. I don't want to go down the path. I'm interested though. I do want to dig into this a bit. Delvin, you seem to really enjoy that Will Smith smacked him. Like, because this has been brought
I
up
don't enjoy
multiple times. No, it feels like you do. It's like you really
I don't enjoy it.
I really don't.
I just think-
Am I alone, chat? It's like he really just
I don't
connects
enjoy it.
that it happened. Like he's like, I'm so happy
I
this
just
happened.
think it was greatly over exaggerated to the
Really?
point where it was comical? Yeah, it was.
A man
100%.
assaulted another man on national
That's not
live
assault.
television.
Is that assault?
Yes,
That's
that
not
is
an
the
assault.
definition of assault.
That's assault.
I'm not arguing if it was blown out of proportion or not. I'm not. I don't really
But that's
care.
what I said. It was blown out.
Yeah, I don't really care about that point.
To an
But like, let's
extreme
not
degree.
argue. Let's not be like, was it assault? Yeah, that's what assault is. If
I
you
didn't-
walk
I didn't know it was
outside and
considered assault.
smack your neighbor like he did, you will go to jail.
When we,
I
Yeah.
mean,
If
we
they
would
call
go
the
to
cops
jail.
and press charges. If
We
I
would go to
walked
jail.
outside and
He might
smacked
not.
my neighbor in the face,
we
they
can
call
go
the
on the
cops
internet
and said they want to press
right now
charges, I
and
will be
see
arrested.
20 videos far worse than that smack. And nobody went to jail.
Again, that's not the point. Is the point isn't is there worse things in the world? Of course there are. There people get shot and murdered every day. Like there are worse things in the world. The question is whether or not like there is the reason I ask, there is a whiff of condonement from you when you talk about like you're like, oh yeah, it's
No.
totally fine. And that's I think that's the point that it's so divisive is like it's not fine. It's not okay.
I wouldn't say it's condonement. It's more of
like not to be celebrated.
I wouldn't even say celebrate. It's more of I don't care. It's because like I
I'm with
grew up
you
in an
there.
environment where
That's where we agree.
where
on. Yeah, I don't.
if you feel I grew up in an environment, if you feel disrespected, you slap the shit out of somebody and they slap you back. That's how it goes. You don't whine about it, you man up and you handle your business. And that's how it is. We don't sit there and,
That's. I mean, there's a lot here, and I don't want to just talk about Will Smith again. We never talk about it, but we don't need to.
Yeah, we don't.
So like, but the point is like that's not what you just said, right? It's not like that's not like a great outlook. Like, hey man, let's smack. Sometimes you got to throw down. Just like that leads to a lot worse things than like. How about we just don't? Like it's like the age old rule. Like you keep your hands to yourself. Like to you, you're like, nah, that's not it. The answer is for Chris Rock to fight back. It's like, well, one, he's much smaller. It's not necessarily a good.
A lot of times,
Chris Rock.
A lot of times, dudes be big and sorry and fighting. It's a fact. I've seen plenty of big dudes get their ass.
But we know Will Smith can fight.
Look. If we're going to get into that semantics, who the fuck smacks people anyway? Who's out here open-handing smacking people?
Oh, see, that's disrespect. When you slap somebody in the face, that's like the ultimate sign of disrespect.
That is the ultimate
that's worse than
disrespect.
punching somebody. Slapping somebody is saying you ain't even worried. Like you are lower
Daniel's
than low.
more in my thing.
Yes.
And the reason that this like sticks with me is like, you can handle your business, but there's a time and place, and not.
I don't consider award shows workers. They're not even worthy of my time. So I
think that's fair.
that doesn't even count. It's not working.
No, there were people. Maybe it's not Delvin, but there were people that celebrated that it happened. I'm happy that happened. I think that's almost an egregious take. It's like how can you if you like to sit there and adopt that platform introduces so much chaos into society. It's like you can't be like mad at like violence happening and then also be like, but this is totally fine because they're not.
I think there are people who don't like Chris Rock.
That's a sliding scale.
I don't dislike Chris Rock, but there are people who don't like Chris Rock for some of the things Chris Rock has said and done.
Yeah.
Who celebrate?
People like, get him slapped. He can get slapped. So they're happy that it happened because they don't
definitely
like
was
Chris Rock.
air around. Yeah. Throw him to the wolves.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyways, enough of that. That's shenanigans. Nobody
nonsense.
Let's move on. I want barbecue. I'm hungry.
Barbecue.
I need food. I need food. No Zelda here.
Delvin gets to play Tears of the Kingdom all night.
He's
long.
playing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's basically just been like a silent member of this podcast this night because he's been playing.
You heard it here,
and
folks.
stuff.
Like, get your questions in. He can answer any questions until release.
Yeah. If you're
Discord.
curious, hit him up.
I can't answer any questions.
We have a Tears of the Kingdom spoiler room.
Definitely be on Shaq.
Never. Absolutely not.
He is so
When I
uninvited
retire.
from that podcast.
When I
he's not
retire.
allowed.
I'll
So he's
hand
just
it
banned
over
from
to
Shaq?
Delvin. Yeah.
It'll be a one-man show because when you retire,
When
Rebecca's
he
not going to
gets
do it
us
either.
the tapes, we can talk about Shaq. Until then,
There's no Shaq. No Shaq for Delvin. It's not in your future.
I don't even have Rebecca on, and he's still not invited.
Damn. I've been on Shaq.
Where did this come from? I don't know where we started doing the anti-Delvin thing, but I don't know where it came from, but it became a thing. At some
I
point,
don't remember.
you wanted to be on, or somebody wanted to be on. It was a joke,
LA
and then
quit,
now it's
and then it
definitely a
just,
thing.
like, fuck it. We need to pick on somebody. It was Delvin. That's how it happened.
No.
But we
I don't
didn't
think
pick
that
on
was it.
Elaine.
No, I think it
I know.
was. I think he wanted to be on Shaq or something.
And you're just like, absolutely not.
Yeah,
He's
but
a PlayStation
but it
guy.
was. But it had to be funny. Like there was a funny reason why I said it,
I
and
think
then
it
since
was.
then, that's the law. Him and that Twitter guy, that I don't remember the name of, but that I said I hated. They're not allowed.
Yeah.
Those are my
You hate a
only
lot of
don't.
people. You got to be more
My
specific
only
than that.
don'ts. I had two don'ts.
Was it N64, Josh?
No, there's another
was
guy
He
that they tweet.
he hates a lot of people.
Who, me?
We could do a whole podcast with people who Donnie hate.
What? You could not. You have to hate more people than me.
Absolutely not.
Stealth
Really?
40K. That's who it was.
Bingo.
Thank
Nailed
you,
it.
Kyle the Pug,
Fuck that guy.
PSVG historian.
He's not allowed. That was my only rule when I passed it off to Rebecca and Garrett. Absolutely not.
Look this person up.
That is hilarious. All right,
I don't know
ladies
how
and
Delvin
gentlemen.
made that list, but he made it.
You made the list.
It is what it is. I
That
invite
does it
Kyle on
for-
first.
Episode 86
Fuck
of
Kyle.
the Play Some Video Games podcast.
We should bring Kyle on. He's
We need
just
to
like
bring Kyle on.
he's on Shaq saying like just fuck Delvin.
Look,
Like a whole
Kyle's
5
on the
minutes.
West Coast, so he's up. You know, we can bring him
Give
in.
Kyle the
you know?
Pug like a clap back.
Yeah.
5 minutes to clap
Oh.
back, Kyle.
Nope. Oh, Steph 40K follows me. I don't know why.
He follows everybody. It's
I don't think
kind of part of the problem.
I don't think I ever interacted with him.
I don't think any of us have. But it is what it is. Just like that was episode 86 of the Play Some Video Games podcast. Please come hang out. I just want to say thank you to the 7. I really appreciate you. Sometimes my day sucks. And the fact that you enjoy this podcast enough to come to our Discord and chat with us and bring up things like this is better than Penny's career. That type of stuff
Wow.
makes my day.
Smoking
So
Joe,
I just
hated
wanna
Burger
say-
King. No, I wouldn't be.
Thank you. Smoking Joe said Delvin on Shaq would be awesome. Delvin disagrees.
Absolutely not.
He's gonna come down there and be like, you know who Nintendo is getting a commercial? Will Smith.
No.
Am I
Look,
alone?
Smack Mario.
Did I just make that up? But I feel like we've had like, I don't know, 5 questions about like if you and a celebrity did X. And I feel like almost every time Delvin's like Will Smith
Did X.
just did
Not X
something.
with Will Smith.
If he went out to
Not
dinner,
X, not actual
Not
X.
X.
You dummy. Just X is like the
did an
placeholder.
activity. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. But he always comes back to Will Smith. You're a big Will Smith fan.
I like Will Smith.
You don't have the Will Smith on
I
the
like
wall,
Will Smith.
though.
Like,
He's got nothing on the walls. The wall
We
is
talked about
back
all
to
those albums and
shenanigans.
stuff.
Trying to
Not,
think like-
not one Will Smith album was mentioned.
Where's Millennium?
Trying to-
Put it
Yeah,
up
where are you
there.
getting
Big
jiggy
Willie
with
style.
it?
What's going on?
Big Willie Styles is a great album. I like that album a lot.
It's a good album. I'll
Lily
give
was
you
okay.
that.
Do you have it? Do you have the vinyl?
No, I need it. I probably need to get
Don't
Big
love
Willie
it that
Styles.
much, huh?
I didn't think about it till you said that.
Uh-oh.
Or Summertime. That's a good one.
Uh-oh.
He just started getting into vinyl. He's got time. It's
He
not,
just started-
not that
he
it
just
matters
started getting
because
into
we're
Will Smith.
never going to see it on the wall. Ooh.
It's going to be on there.
You just getting into
Oh,
Will Smith?
God.
Now, I've been loving a big Will Smith fan for a while. I love Chris Rock, too. That's the funny
Just-
thing about it.
Just walked into all of
I
that.
feel like
Jesus
only
Christ.
Dev is getting where I'm going.
I'm starting to get it now. I'm starting to put 2 and 2 together. This is some nasty work.
Oh, my God.
I feel like I'm alone here.
No?
Or maybe it's not as funny as I think it is. But I think
got
it's
it.
funny. Thank you.
Oh,
I
boy.
thought it was funny.
Oh, God.
This show took a turn.
Rejected!
Oh, Jesus. We got to get out of here.
Oh, my God.
Oh, so until next time, ladies and gentlemen, play some video games.